Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, adventurers, miscreants, and outlaws, and most importantly, you. Yes, you. Stop picking your nose. Hey, everybody, this is DM
How did you
Huxley,
know?
and because you have a long nose, and I just know you. Never mind. Welcome to Praetor's Rejects, everybody. uh, Tonight we are playing a little game that in the industry we call D&D. Stands for Dungeons and Dragons, and it's a really fun little game, and I'm really glad you guys came by to watch. I have three amazing players here tonight. We have one who called out sick. Unfortunately, he's not able to make it, so I'll be jumping into the driver's seat of Marlin the Magnificent. That's right, Edvard Thar. 3 down, 1 to go. So watch
Kill
your
my
back.
character before you have a chance.
We'll see about that. Maybe I'll keep him alive just long enough that I get a chance to finally live out the fantasies of that the sword has been projecting into your mind.
Oops, sword fell into acid. Oh no.
Oh
Oh, that
no!
damn
Oh
acid
no, our
pit.
table.
You
Oh
know,
no!
I just got done watching that episode of Rick and Morty that is all about the acid pit. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show or know what I'm talking about, but it's God, it's so funny. Funniest
Gosh
thing I ever
darn
saw.
Rick and Morty.
In the meantime, let's get some player introductions out of the way, and then let's jump right back into the action. Let's start with the person we usually start with, just to keep things on a level here. Yagvin Brabalm, could you tell us about yourself?
My name is Alex. I also play Yagvin Brabant, known as the Warforged Echo Knight Cleric, who teleports across acid ponds.
Yeah. Yeah, just so handy, that teleportation ability. It just gets you out of all sorts of jams.
Really does.
Yeah. Now let's talk to someone who wishes they could teleport, probably, in light of what they did last session. Edvard Thar, can you tell us about yourself?
Edvard Thar, I played John, a samurai Luxodon. With psychic powers, who just jumps over the acid because he's baller like that. Little hiccup because his passenger on Dumbo Airlines decided to freak out mid-flight.
Dumbo Airlines. God, I can't believe I made it through a whole session of you jumping and leaping across acid pits without making a single Dumbo joke.
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh!
What was I so distracted with that I didn't pick the lowest hanging fruit of all? Oh yeah, that's right. I was worried about the livelihood and safety
I don't know.
of
You're a busy man.
the children in the care of Bright the Tiefling. Bright, could you tell us about yourself, Bright?
Hello. I am Cynthia, aka Amai, almost everywhere else on the interwebs, and I play Bright, the winged tiefling bard slash cleric, who is, from what I heard, having an emotional moment with a book.
It's quite possible.
And gonna think of a way to get my remaining adopted child across this pit momentarily.
It is the Notebook.
You might have to start your own very emotional book to recount the short life, the short life of motherhood that you got to experience. The whole thing, the start, the middle, and the end. Just it's been a wild 8 minutes.
It happened in 15 minutes, it was pretty fast.
Less.
And then finally, last but not least, we have Marlin the Magnificent, who is usually played by Loco 1956, and unfortunately he wasn't able to make it tonight. So tonight I'm playing him, and I don't really care about your book or your children or your big floppy ears, Dumbo. Let's just get on with it. Okay, thanks, Marlin.
Beautiful.
Always magnificent in your own way, in your own time. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump straight over to the map. and just see what we can see over here. I'm going to make a little quick adjustment to make sure we can fit everything on the screen for our faithful viewers. And of course I still have some slight little issues here that I just need to make a couple adjustments before I break my monitor in disgust. There we go. That's nice and beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on round 101. We're just past the 10-minute mark here on Praetor's Rejects in what has been billed famously. I think the New York Times wrote an article about the classic 15-minute adventuring day, with a little twist. If we zoom out here, you'll see that the party has been making its way through a little spiral-shaped dungeon that is basically just a series of hallways and traps. The party has defied the odds, and they have dodged pits. They have dodged slithering pit monsters. They absolutely crushed a whole wave of kobolds. They have just absolutely murdered them. Like, every single one of them is dead, except for we have Frack here. You divert your attention to the screen. He's standing next to his new friend Marlin the Magnificent. We have Frack here, and then way up in the corner, just past the acid pit with the skeletons floating in it, we get up here into the corner where Frick the kobold clings to life with heavy damage. Can't imagine how that happened.
Yes,
yeah,
I heard.
I have some idea. He's being traumatized by a Pegasus. Just the most
how
awful
they massacred
creatures
my boy.
on Earth. But let's see, what else did they do? They battled a fiendish ghost, and then resolved a long-standing sadness with the corpse of that ghost. And then they made their way through a series of strange elemental walls and puzzles that were associated with them. They made really good friends with a bureaucrat of sorts. They busted their way through. They busted their way through a wall of spikes while fighting off a series of oozes that emerged from the walls. They got to reenact a famous scene from The Wizard of Oz here in this corner, and now they find themselves with another series of little miniature challenges. In the setting we have here, we have Bright, the tiefling, who is just hanging out in the back. She's finishing up reading quite the grimoire. Bright, the tiefling, if you could take a moment and just refer to your inventory.
Yes.
You will
I saw there was
see
a journal.
a new item, yes. And it goes into some detail in the notes there about what the journal contains. So hopefully you can use that to kind of catch yourself up, maybe kind of slide into the mood that Bright might be feeling. Unfortunately, we didn't have you here last week, so I kind of took some liberties. Maybe Bright would just laugh at this and be like, "Well, we've all been there," you know. See, there she goes.
Oh my gosh.
Or maybe she would feel really sad and want to do something about it. That's why I didn't really move you around too much last week. But as a consequence of reading this journal, you didn't get to see what was happening to your immediate north.
Yeah.
As we make our way, as I pan the camera here, next we're going to come across Jagvin Brabaln, the Warforged Iron Man
Yes.
construct monster. Electrum Man.
There you go.
That 1% really did not carry over, did it?
1% of iron?
Used it up.
Carried over.
Used it up.
Used up all your goodwill. By the way, guys, if you don't have a point of inspiration already, make sure you have at least one. We have Marlin as well, and then Frack the Kobold. Marlin has spent about 1 minute of time identifying an item that was found on this corpse here in the middle of this little cell. There's like a little 5-foot space where the hallway is kind of barricaded off by this stone structure with iron bars, and inside was a corpse, a very old ancient corpse that had a long white beard. It was wearing plate armor that had since fallen into like scrap metal. All the leather that was holding it together had disintegrated with extreme age. So it was mainly just plate armor pieces loosely assembled around a withered skeletal corpse. And in the course of investigating this corpse, they found that there were some oddities. There were bite marks, humanoid bite marks, all over the iron bars, and they found a huge sack full of rations that had long since gone rotten. There were like withered apples and wrapped up sandwiches, pieces of jerky, but everything was extremely old and molded, and it just crumbled to dust at the slightest movement, the slightest interaction. And then there were tally marks all over the stone walls. Hundreds and hundreds of tally marks in like sets of 5, again and again and again and again and again, on both sides of the wall. And then the party found that this corpse, well, let's see. If we go up a little bit further, we'll see Edvard Thar. I'm going to address the situation at the top here in just a moment, because it's quite complex. But Edvard Thar took a moment to move this corpse out of this area and just kind of assemble all the pieces to areas south of the bars. And in so doing, he uncovered a series of letters. These letters told something of a harrowing tale. The person who was receiving these letters was under the impression that this man was writing letters back, and apparently this was an adventurer who had gotten stuck inside of a jail cell, but he was still alive, and the woman was happy. And then she was led to believe that he was not going to return. He was going to stay wherever it was that she thought he was. It seemed pretty clear to the party that somebody was writing these letters on behalf of this prisoner and leading the family astray. One of the last pages that you guys were able to read after you kind of sort of sussed out the chronology was a letter from the man's son. The boy said that he was trying to go directly to the address where he could deliver a letter personally. This was apparently several years after the man's wife had passed away. So immediately that sets off alarm bells that these letters, they came and went over the course of years. One of the letters said that a baby was born, and then another one of the letters says, "Hey, Dad." So how many years had passed from one letter to another? How long had this man been here? Anyway, the boy was never able to find his father, and yet the letter made its way to him. So something was definitely amiss and dark and suspicious about the situation. And then after that, Marlin noticed a couple of other items as he searched the remains. He found a mysterious ring on the finger, on a bony finger, and he extracted it from the skeleton. And he also found a little journal. He handed the journal to Bright, and then he started identifying the ring with a magical identify spell. It took him a minute to cast, and he determined that the ring was a hideous magical torture device. It's cleverly disguised to seem like a ring of sustenance, which means whoever wears it no longer needs to eat or drink, and they gain the benefits of a long rest in a very short period of time. So normally, that by itself would be great, but it was also befouled with cursed magic that forced you to feel an intense, everlasting hunger. Permanently. The ring was unremovable as soon as you put it on. So you would be trapped in this starvation, and to make things much worse, anytime you would try to eat or drink, you would uncontrollably gag and retch, and you wouldn't be able to eat. You wouldn't be able to drink, and yet you would feel like you were starving. Complete with levels of exhaustion that would never ever go away. It was a cruel, hateful, personal torture. And as you guys examine this area, you see all the tally marks, you see the rations laying there. You realize that not only was this man personally tortured in a physical way, but it was this deep psychological torture. Somebody had gone to great lengths to manipulate his family and write letters and make them feel like this person abandoned them. This was a paladin of Helm, wearing plate armor and carrying magical weapons. He was carrying a really intricate emblem of Helm that seemed to have its own magical properties. This must have been a very highly regarded, highly respected, very powerful man in his own right. How did he wind up here? Why was he subjected to this madness? These are questions that may be scattered across your mind as you take it all in. It's quite a horrifying sight. I think Marlin speculated that the proprietor was to blame, the elven man that you guys met at the very beginning of this adventure. As we pan north, we come across an acid pool with skeletons, and way above it, we find a couple characters here. Edvard Thar. Edvard, you are soaked and covered in ale, cold ale, having blasted sticky acidic residue off of yourself after trying to carry Frick the Kobold across in your arms, and he just panicked and freaked out and did a little barrel roll and caused you to misjump, and you slipped and fell into the acid. He got splashed with some acid. You came stomping out. There is a Pegasus in the room. Earlier, Edvard, you had made it across once before, and you acquired the notice of a Pegasus that was hanging out down the hall here. This extremely dark hallway. It just stepped out from around the corner. Everything over here is bathed in this caustic green glow from this glowing pit of acid. And Frick the Kobold, he is banged up because I believe you tossed him out of the acid pool by shunting him with your mind and flung him 15 or 20 feet into the corner. He is still alive, surprisingly. I don't know how I didn't mess that up. But he's strangely and surprisingly still alive for now. The Pegasus is kind of staring between Frick the Kobold and Edvard Thar after Edvard unleashed his beer geyser, startling everybody nearby and pushing Yogvin's echo down the hallway 30 feet.
By the way,
hit a ride.
I really wish I could animate, because that would make an awesome short little animation.
Oh my god, there's so much really good content in this. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 11 of Praetor's Gauntlet, which I've affectionately named A Minute or Two. Because that's about as much time as we're going to cover tonight. About maybe 1 or 2 minutes of gameplay in the dungeon. Just on average here in episode 11, you guys are at about 9 minutes per session. Or excuse me,
It's better than last week's title.
9 rounds per session. Wait, what was last week's session?
Sausage Party.
Oh no, yeah, no, it wouldn't let us. Remember, I changed it and then it fixed itself. Yeah,
unfortunately, I don't think the higher ups deem that necessary.
Yeah, I guess the Twitch gods frown upon the phrase "sausage party." So
nothing but immovable rods around here. Okay.
Hey,
it's copyrighted. You can't do that.
Is it? Is that what it was?
Yes.
It might be, because that is a movie, yeah. But also, I mean, just the connotation of it in general is probably not, yeah.
If you would have said frickin' Frack presents Sausage Party, then it would have been different.
You know what? I'm going to write that
down.
I'm writing that down. Last week's title was Eterna Fames Perfectiviri. And anyone who was very clever and went to go translate Latin to English, it roughly translates to the eternal hunger of the perfect man.
But I'm not hungry.
That's because you're not perfect, so it doesn't apply to you. Anyway,
Shots have been fired.
bang, bang. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rejects, I swear to God. All right, we're going to zoom out. We're going to fix the camera here so we can catch a little bit of everything going on the screen. It is round 101, and it is Bright's turn. Bright?
Hey!
I'm glad you're all caught up. What do you do next?
Now.
Right now. What do you do? Now. No thinking.
So, I am going to make my way over here where the boys are.
Okay.
And have a look and see what's going on, because I am not aware.
Been removed, by the way. The metal gates are off their hinges and leaning up against the walls on either side of this 5-foot passage.
Okay.
Bright, you notice for the first time that there is a humongous Pegasus down there at the other end, and you notice for the first time that Frick is across the acid pit. Now, you have been caught up reading this journal for the last 10 rounds. You were standing right next to Marlon the whole time, so you guys just kind of took in this really sad scene. Perhaps whatever was distracting you with that book has forgotten momentarily as you take in the fact that Frick the Kobold, he appears to be injured, so there's that. He also appears to be frightened. He seems to be frightened by the Pegasus. This is a huge white horse with large wings. It's like the size of a Clydesdale. It appears to be peaceful, you think. It is facing to the left, despite what the token looks like. And it keeps waving its head slowly between Frick the Kobold and Edvard Thar. And it's just kind of standing there wondering what's going to happen next between them. Bright, you notice that Frick the Kobold is reaching for something on his back. He's having some trouble like grabbing whatever it is he's reaching for, but he looks very frightened, and you think he might do something, he might make a bad decision in the near future. Marlin and Frack the Kobold are saying, no, trying to tell him to not do whatever he's about to do, to not reach for whatever he's about to reach for. How will you contribute to the situation here, Bright? Do it!
Oh my gosh, no, right? Well, he's hurt over there, and he's gonna do something dumb. But I can do very little besides just, like, offer body language that is like, hey, you stop that over there, because he can't understand a word I'm saying. So.
I actually forgot about that. You don't know.
It's an interesting dynamic.
This is tough, man.
So, what I would like to do is, let's see, I've moved 15 feet.
Yes.
Okay.
When you step into this room, Bright, you catch this acidic odor. The air is thick and humid. You notice that the walls are sweating, and the edges of the acid pool, it looks like the acid is not very deep. It looks like it's actually rather shallow. But around the edges of the pool, you can see the stone is extremely smooth, its roughness having long since been eroded and weathered away by the presence of acid.
So, first off, I would like to, I guess, get a little more info about this, because if I remember correctly, last time I was here, Yagvin said there was like a weird breeze or something going on. So I want to know what that's about, because if I fly and it makes me wobble in a weird way, I don't really want to fall into acid. So, Mr. Yagvin, Uncle Yagvin.
Right. Bright, it sounds like you want to perceive your environment. So, could you give me a roll for that in the tower?
Well, I was asking
Oh, you just
Yagvin
want to
because
talk.
I
You
know
just want to talk and ask.
that he has gone through here before. He has the information I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah. Yagvin, you can respond real quick if you want.
There's a breeze, but also poisonous gas.
Oh,
And
okay.
now, as he says that, Bright, you can notice that the air is kind of thick, and there's like a very faint greenish fog, and there are little particles floating above the acid, and you can make out the presence of an air current of some sort. It's like the acid is heating up the air below it, so that hot air rises, and then the cold air falls, so there's like this natural circulating current, and it seems like the fumes are noxious. Like, it smells really noxious in this area.
Okay. So first, as a bonus action, I will heal my son in the corner.
How will you do that?
It's healing word.
Okay.
So healing
And
word
what's the range?
is like 60 feet.
Awesome. And what spell level?
So I only have, I think, second and third left. So he's gonna get himself a level 2 healing word,
A little supercharge.
which is gonna be far more than he needs, but we're here to help.
Yeah, Frick, you hear him let out like a whimper almost. Like, he is just completely surprised. He just suddenly feels better, and he's like, his eyes pop open like dinner plates. You can see his little yellow eyes doink, just pop open, and he sits up straight. And then it's like he had a ready to action almost. Then he pulls out his great axe, so to speak. But what he really pulls out is the head of a hatchet with an acidically burned handle, which is like very frail now because it's been burned. So there's almost nothing left. And as he pulls it out, the whole handle seems to disintegrate. So now he's just carrying the head of a hatchet. That's what he was reaching for. He wanted to grab his hatchet and maybe take a swing at something nearby. But the hatchet has disintegrated, leaving just the head behind.
So for my healing word, because I know it is a verbal thing, so he can hear me. I want my attention. I want to make eye contact with this boy.
Okay.
Be like, I am not okay with what you're trying to put down, kid. This is, no. You best stop. Like,
what's his middle name? You gotta use his middle name.
Oh my god.
First, middle, and last name.
Frack T Kobold. The T stands for Thomas. Frack Thomas
For
Kobold.
Thomas.
Frack
Or Frick.
Matthias
Thomas.
Kobold.
Frick Tobias. Did you say Tobias?
Frick Tobias Kobold.
And he sits up straight, and there's like a chill that flies up and down his little red scales on his back, and he
got the little, like the
snaps
two
at
fingers
you.
to the eyes.
He knows his name, so that's a start.
2 fingers to the eyes, looking over to him like, I see you. I see you.
Could you do me a favor and give me a skill check to associate with this activity? I just want to see how effective you are at conveying your message.
Intimidation. Mom's angry if you do something stupid.
Uh-oh.
You gonna learn today.
You're in trouble.
Better receive the timeout corner, which is just the bag of holding.
Frack. Frick, you hear Frack go, and Frick sits up and he goes, Yogvin and Marlin, you just hear faintly, "I am in danger."
Yes, you are.
Boy,
Yes, you are.
boy,
So
if you don't.
Boy with an eye.
okay,
Mm.
what happens next?
So,
Right.
all right. So after reprimanding,
Mhm.
I'm gonna turn to the good child,
The favorite child.
the good one over here, not the trouble child.
Frack flinches. He knows he's about to get hit. I'm kidding.
Oh gosh. So actually, since it is poisonous in this area, I would like to actually just spend my time using what I have at hand. So I have some leather, I have cloth on my person. See if I can't make some kind of masks that will help protect my face. Actually, mine, Marlin's, and Frax. Actually,
Okay.
so I would take my action and my time to put together something like that before we even bother crossing. But that's what I would like to do, essentially.
There's one more thing I'll ask, Bright. Could you?
Oh, sure.
No problem. Could you make I want you to make some sort of check to see what you know about the Pegasus.
Ooh. I mean, I was gonna go with not much, honestly, but if I can check, I think maybe I'll do. I'll do a history, I guess,
Okay.
because I can't imagine she would know. I'll do it with inspiration. Just go right on in right away.
Gotcha. All right. Bright. There wasn't much to read about a creature like this. There was
Yeah.
like one or two mentions of the fabled Pegasus, and it was like with a capital P, as if to imply that that may be the name of this creature, maybe not like the type of creature. Like there may only be one.
Mm.
You got the sense when you were reading it, it was like you're reading them from fables. You thought they might have actually been fictional creatures. So that's all you know about the Pegasus. The fact that there's one here is pretty amazing. Like this is the legendary Pegasus, in your opinion.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
So don't you dare hit that boy! Don't you dare!
The stories you read, they like the Pegasus was like there in the story, but it didn't really do anything. So you don't really know what they're capable of, except perhaps flight. You think they're probably good creatures, but the stories never went in, and it wasn't like the story of the Pegasus. It was like a story you were reading, and the mighty Pegasus was in the story briefly.
That checks out, I feel like, for her in general. I think she would probably only be more excited that something else has wings.
Yeah.
That's not me!
Finally.
That's amazing!
All
But
right.
yeah, I passed my turn, so I'm gonna just take my time to make, like, masks to protect ourselves against poison
No problem.
as much as possible, so that's it.
All right. So, Frack, he he kind of he steps up towards this acidic pool, and he goes to like take a breath to say something, and then he catches some of these vapors, and he's gonna have to make a check here because he's breathing in these noxious fumes.
Oh boy! I wonder.
Okay, so he steps forward, and he like raises a hand to like wave across the acid pool, and then he goes and he steps back, and he slumps into the corner, like into these cobwebs that are here, and just like lays down for a moment, and just like gets on all fours to try to cough up something, and he becomes poisoned for 1 minute.
Frack! I'm trying to help you here. Please stay back.
Let's see here. Give me just a second, because I'm actually...
God damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby! Damn it, Bobby! Go to your room and think about what you've done. There it is.
Gosh darn it.
Go to the wall and think about what you did.
Go to the corner.
Go stand in front of the wall for 15 minutes. And then you can come back. Alright, Frick the Kobold. Frick, he knows that the jig is up, but he's still afraid of this Pegasus. He just sets down the hatchet head, because it's kind of useless at this point. But he's watching this Pegasus very closely, but he doesn't take any hostile actions. You guys thought he might haul off and take a swing at the Pegasus. In the meantime,
He's just avoiding eye contact with Bright now.
Yeah.
Mom said I can.
The Pegasus, its gaze settles upon you, Edvard. And in the distance, Edvard, there is blackness. You can't see anything past the edge of this green light as the shadow cuts across the hallway at a diagonal. It's just pitch black down there. Edvard Thar?
I'm going to move
Sorry.
next to Frick here.
As you step forward, the horse's gaze follows you. The horse, the Pegasus seems completely unfazed by how close you are. Have you still got the mug out?
No, I'll put that away.
And the sword is not out either?
Yeah, no, because I would have needed both hands for the mug, so it's seathed for now.
Okay. You step up to Frick. He nervously looks from you to the Pegasus, all the way down towards Bright, and then back to you, and just like, he doesn't know what to do, but he's kind of frozen in shock at the moment, at the whole situation.
I'm going to put my hand, like, in front of my face to, like, get him to try to look at me, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to point at him, and then point at me to kind of symbolize, do what I do.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a knee, pull out my sword slowly, and with both hands on the blade, raise it up and bow to the Pegasus.
So
I'm trying to get him to copy my movements.
Okay. Could you associate that with the check to see how well you're able to convey your message? Mainly because you don't speak the language.
Right. This is hopefully for his survival. So I would think survival, but or animal handling. Those are the only two I can think of.
I mean, it's not
unless you can think of something better.
It's not a pet, you know. Like, he's goofy, but he does carry a semblance of sapience and sentience. It's just you don't know the language. You know, if you want to try some sort of social check like persuasion, you know, that would definitely count for something. Or if you can think of something more creative like survival, you know, that's not a bad analogy because you're trying to help him survive.
Yeah, and he needs all the help he can get. So, yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, I'm gonna save my inspiration. I was gonna use it, but I think I'll save it for later.
Okay, I'll remember that when he gets stomped to death.
Oh, then I'll be eating wings with barbecue sauce.
You just dipping the wings in the acid and taking a big old bite. It's like, this is the best way to cook the wings. They get really crispy.
Chasing it down with some beer.
Yeah.
Then he says the phrase.
Cake party.
Waiting for the wall to come annihilate us all.
It's getting dark around here. Edvard, you draw your sword. I presume that you're doing this in a non-threatening way.
Very non-threatening. My hands are on the blade, not the handle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's more like I could easily hurt myself than hurt the Pegasus with the sword out. And again, it's going above my head.
The Pegasus regards you, and in your head, Edvarthar, you hear a voice. It's a female voice, a very peaceful voice. And it says, "There is no need to prostrate yourself before me. I believe I know your worth."
This isn't about my worth. Oh, can I reply?
Yeah.
This isn't about my worth. If he copies what I'm doing while being afraid of you, it shows that he's able to learn from his mistakes while still being afraid and put that fear aside. It'll show that he's worthy.
The horse slowly swings its huge white head in the direction of Frick. You, Edvard, you can see its black, like completely black eyes just staring, judging. Frick kneels down and pulls out his tiny little butter knife and holds it in two hands and points it directly at the Pegasus. Like points right into its face with this little knife with two hands. He doesn't hold it like flat like you're holding your katana. It's not but you get the impression he's doing the best he can, and he's looking at you, trying to like match your movements and stuff. He's just not looking at your hands. So he's like looking at your knees, he's looking at your body, but he's really distracted by this huge horse. The horse's head is as big as his whole body. So it's just terrifying.
Yeah. He's not catching the fine details.
Yeah,
but he's still like taking a knee, bowing his head.
He's looking at you a lot, and he just keeps like nodding his head like, "I got this." But he's pointing his dagger directly into the face of the Pegasus. The Pegasus then swings its head slowly to point towards you, and in your head you hear the voice say, "I will not judge a child."
Oh.
And then the head swings farther to the left and looks past Yagvin's echo and gazes out across the acid pit. And then it's Yagvin's turn. Yagvin, you see this little prostration happening over there on the other end. What do you do?
They're doing fine.
They're doing fine.
I will stay over here to make sure
So you
these guys
teleport
don't.
through the stone wall? Is that what you're doing?
No.
You just Yagvin says, "See ya," and he just walks straight through the wall like a ghost.
Mr. Worldwide, bye. Just, no, I will stay here and kind of look over the other people stuck here and interpret whatever needs to be interpreted to Frag through Draconic that Bright wants to tell him.
Okay, you're agreeing to be a translator?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. Bright, is there anything you want to tell Frack in this moment? Through Yagvin?
Oh, well, the poor thing already walked up and breathed in the bad Kool-Aid, so,
Hey.
you know.
Hey, don't do that.
Bad Kool-Aid.
Like, hey, Frag, please just stay here. I'm making us masks to hopefully get across safely. Basically, that's it. Also, do not do as your brother does. That is all.
That is all.
Okay. Anything else, Yagvin?
No, I will just kind of stay here to support the members that are currently not crossed yet,
Alright.
and that will be my turn.
Alright, so at the beginning of the turn, Marlin is standing at the edge of this acid pit, and he's going to have to roll a save in order to avoid huffing these awful fumes. So let's get a con save from Marlin the Magnificent. Wow. Okay. Marlin, he's looking out across this pit of acid. He's looking at the Pegasus very intently. And then he goes and he steps back for a moment, and he says, "You'll be careful. These fumes will catch your lungs on fire. But anyway, I guess that mythical creature over there, it's probably going to be able to fly us across. We just got to talk to it and convince it that we're good people. That's what the Pegasus does. It helps out good people. So good luck. Good luck to you. I think you're gonna need it." And he wags a finger at Frack. "I don't know what you're laughing about, little girl."
Good old, the wise old sayings of Marlin.
I'm doing the best I can. No one can do it like Loco. But he won't take any action in this moment. I'm going to see what you guys do next. Before I do anything on behalf of Marlin, really. It's so hard. It's so hard because I don't want to burn his spells either. Unless I absolutely have to. Right. And then it becomes Bright's turn again. Bright, what do you do?
Alrighty. Well, I was making these makeshift masks for us to wear.
You have no trouble making some makeshift masks. You rip up
wonderful.
Some cloth. Yeah.
I've got cloth, a little bit of leather. Gonna go ahead and give one to Marlin. Put one on myself to be an example for Frack on what to do. Because I know he has a longer muzzle, so I gotta accommodate.
Frack, you said you give one to Frack?
Okay. And I am I put it on and show him how to do it.
Frack looks at the rags you gave him and just shakes his head no. And he goes and he points across the chasm, the acid. Yagvin, you hear Frack say, "No, I want a beard."
I want a beard?
No,
What?
damn it.
What does that mean?
I want a beard.
I'm looking over at you, sir.
You don't know what he said, right?
Exactly.
He's not
That's why.
He's not putting the mask on. He keeps pointing at something across the way.
Yagvin visibly face palms.
I was like, Yagvin, what's happening here?
He has taste.
He has taste.
This isn't fair. This isn't fair. I want a beard. And he kind of stamps his foot.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. I can solve this issue.
You just punch him and knock him out. There,
my
problem
goodness.
solved.
You say.
Can you at least tell him? Huh?
If you say sleep before you punch him, it technically counts as a spell.
Oh my gosh. Can you at least tell him that this is to help not breathe in the bad air?
I think he understands that he just wants the rug that I have that I made Frick.
A rug.
I took a rug last session and cut it up and made a mask out of it for Frick.
Oh my.
And Ben's running it as it being a beard.
Oh my goodness.
And Frack is a little, I guess, jealous, as one would say.
Oh Lord.
Frack is watching you two converse about this. I imagine you're explaining this to Bright, and Frack is watching you guys intently. He's like the kid who's like, "Oh, Mom said no. I'll ask Dad." He's like that kid right now.
I was like, "Oh, you want a beard? Okay, if that's what's happening, oh my gosh."
Is there anything else you want to do, Bright? You're wearing this mask now. I think Marlin puts his on with no trouble.
Well.
Marlin already has a beard.
Yeah, he already has his own beard.
Yeah, he does.
It's not fair.
Let's shave Marlin while he's not here and put it on
Listen, son.
I can fix this. Yogvin pins Marlin down and starts shaving the beard off.
My hand actually turns from a sword into a buzzer, and it just starts cutting.
That's so funny.
Hey,
An electric
okay.
Give him
razor.
a buzz cut while you're at it. He looks like an old hippie.
It's not gonna grow back if I do that.
He's not going to be around long enough to get it this long ever again. This is a
Okay,
99-year-old
so-
beard.
So Yagvin tells me he wants a beard with his mask.
Mhm.
He will
I'm
say
gonna-
that, and he said I can procure that.
Sounds like Yogvin's going to take
You-
care of it.
You still okay? If you still have a rug to handle that with, I will leave that to you, sir. But
Bright,
meanwhile,
Bright, you remember that Yogvin took a series of furs and rugs from the very first starting room and just kept them. And he fashioned a mask out of one of these furs and put it onto Frick the kobold. So Frick was wearing one of these things while Edvard jumped across.
okay,
It was very fashionable. It looked like Frick had a full beard.
incredibly
You
fashionable.
didn't get to see it. So you don't know what the hell is going on
You
here.
just had to be there.
You just had to be there. If you weren't so busy reading.
I was reading, it was a sorrowful tale, and it's giving me I have feelings towards the elf man now that are less nice than they used to be. So.
Don't worry, frickin' frack. My mom used to read those kind of books too.
That's how I learned to be self-sufficient. See, it builds character. I'll make
Alright.
my own peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
So,
With bananas.
with bananas, what I would like to do is, fine, I will leave Frack to his devices, but Marlin mentioned that the Pegasus could give us a ride over. Excuse me?
You look at the situation here. This Pegasus just kind of walked out. It seemed to walk out of the blue, just like out of nowhere. You wonder what the hell a Pegasus is doing in a place like this. It looks like a very strong labor horse. Like it's like if you've ever seen a Clydesdale in real life, they're
Yeah.
huge,
The
powerful,
big beefy
animals.
boys.
The wingspan on this creature's got to be like 20 feet. It can easily fly if it wanted to.
Yeah.
You feel like
Well-
it might be too big for the chamber almost. Like it's just this huge, breathtaking horse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty freaking massive over there, so I don't know, but
Or you can fly across.
yeah, like I would like to fly across. Could I hold my action until Yagvin gives Frack a beard so that I could I don't know if that would work, but see if I could wait to move, but
Yeah, just what do you want to? Just tell me what you want to do. What's your plan here?
to take Frack over with me once his beard is procured.
Okay, I think that could be arranged. You can make
Because
you
I
ready in
think I
action
can move there.
to fly across. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I could make it all the way across.
5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25. You land on the first 5-foot square after the pool ends. Immediately
Yeah.
to the right of Yogvin's Echo.
That is my plan, basically.
Or the left, whichever square you want to pick there. Or you can fly directly into Yogvin's Echo's space, because he is, as is canon, he is as sturdy as a soap bubble. So you can kind of float right through him.
I would let Frack take the square in front of the pool, and I would just go right next to him, like right over here. Basically, that
Okay.
would be my plan.
Okay,
That's about it, really.
gotcha. So Frack steps up. He's like coughing and sputtering, but he's not dying. He just caught wind of some foul vapors. So we'll pass the turn. Frick, Frick is up there. He's got his little butter knife out. He sees that the Pegasus looked him over and then looked away. So Frick kind of lowers the dagger, and he's just like, he's watching Edvard. He's going to mimic whatever Edvard does next. Edvard, it's your turn.
I'm going to sheath my sword.
Frick puts away his butter knife.
And I am going to turn my attention to the other side of the pool and hold my action.
Okay.
Well, can I hold a bonus action?
What do you want to do? What's your plan?
If she's flying over, I'm assuming I heard the plan.
Yeah. Your voices are echoing. The sounds in this. There are some interesting sounds in the place where you are situated specifically, Edvard. You can hear everything they're saying. You can also hear the bubbling of the acid pool. In the distance, past the party, you can hear crunching and grinding of stone and metal as the wall inexorably marches forward. But also, Edvard, just behind the Pegasus, you can hear a strange hum, or like a buzzing noise, maybe. It seems to emanate from somewhere in the hallway up ahead in the darkness. It doesn't sound electrical. It sounds like something is vibrating, like something is clunking, maybe. Kind of sounds like for lack of a better term, it sounds like a motor is running. That's kind of the sound you hear emanating from somewhere in the hallway up ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if they
Still would
got
like-
motors in Ravnica.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I love Ravnica.
Anyway. It
Anyways,
is
yes.
a good book.
So
I am go.
yeah, sorry.
I would
go
like
ahead.
I would like to hold my bonus action, because if she's flying over and it looks like she starts to fall or Frack freaks out like Frick did, I can telepathically shove one of them closer to me.
I'll allow it.
If that's gonna be my bonus action though, because it is a bonus action, do it. Can I use an action to try to perceive what that motor might be, or try to get more detail from it?
We'll just switch it up. You can use your action to ready an action, and
Okay.
then and then whatever you do happens as a reaction, and then you can use your bonus to make your perception or investigation, whatever you want to roll there.
Okay, but I'd still be able to do my. 'Cause
Yeah, you can
the
perceive your
telepathic
environment.
shove. Well, yeah, but the telepathic
Oh, yeah.
shove is a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm allowing that.
Okay.
Per the rules, I don't think it's allowable, but in this case, I don't really care. So
Okay.
I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's weird. I think it's kind of weird that they determined that should be a bonus action anyway. You know, like kind of. Well,
Oh,
it was
no.
only it's only
Oh.
5 feet in the actual
Yeah, and
game, so it's way more
that's-
powerful in my version.
Well, even 5 feet, that's basically giving you disengage.
Yeah, it's not bad. Edvard, the hallway before you, I'm reading a little flavor text here. The hallway before you is shrouded in darkness. In the light, right here on the edge, you see that there are some of these squares of tile that have been stained a deep red in a like a perfectly square 5-foot section. There is a faint humming or buzzing noise coming from somewhere below the stone floor, somewhere up ahead. You are not able to determine what the hell it is, unfortunately.
Okay. That's in my turn.
All right. All right, Yogvin. I believe you have a task before you.
I shall fashion a beard for Frick.
I love that sentence.
Or for Frack. Not for Frick. Frick already has one.
Frick, catch! You just throw it 5 feet directly into the ass. Oh, man!
And I will put it around Frack's head to make sure that it's secured.
Awesome. It's like a little
Are you happy
furry
now?
crown. Yeah, Frack just like proudly bows up and stands before you, like presents his face and closes his eyes, and you kind of drape this thing around his head. Now he looks just very dignified. It's like a big poofy beard that covers up his nose and his mouth. He looks ridiculous. He looks like he's wearing one of those little Santa Claus beards, you know, just a big
They grow
brown,
up so
poofy-
fast.
And then I'll
Look.
nod at Bright to give her the go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Bright. I think you had a ready to action.
Thank you, sir. Come on, boy.
So you snatch him up. He is very light, and you have
Yeah.
the. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say you got something else, but I gave you the backpack, right? Magic backpack. Yeah. So you can.
I
carry,
have
you can
the
carry
bag of
munitions.
holding, yeah.
You shove him in the bag of holding.
No, God, that was I
That's
was
the timeout. That's the
thinking
timeout
about
square.
it, but you know,
It's not the worst idea. All right, Bright.
So-
you pick him up and you alight. And you fly across.
and I'm gonna scoot over one so that he can be where I am now.
Oh, you're gonna scoot over one. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Frack. Gotcha. So Frack sits there. So you fly across. All right. So a couple things are gonna happen.
Oh, lovely.
So the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to fly over this pool of acid, and as you do so, you enter a particularly noxious pocket of air. So I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh well, the mask did nothing. Rip.
You're gonna have advantage on that,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna do the same thing for lovely Frack the Kobold.
Okay. You said a saving throw?
A saving throw, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Frack the bearded one.
Frick.
Excellent. Okay, Bright. So you fly through this cloud of. It's not like a thick, foggy cloud, but it's like this thin veil of mist almost. It's like the air is really like moist and unsavory. What was there something I said? You're able to basically hold your breath. Like the mask definitely helped out. The mask helped. Well, actually, Frack, he flies into this and he coughs and sputters, and he actually fails. So he starts like wriggling and writhing in your arms as he's trying to like cover his mouth with his hands, and he becomes a difficult load to carry as you're flying across. So I now need you to make. Let me just double check.
Not again.
I need you to make an acrobatics check in order to maintain decent flight as you sail across.
Okay.
It's been real, Frack.
not the good one.
Okay,
I can
Bright.
still.
So I don't know what happened, but your wings like it's like when a plane tilts, like the wings like go left, go right, go up, go down on either side, and you sort of lose the air current for just a split second. But you are able to flap real quick with your bat wings, and you catch more air, and so you are able to just barely beat the DC by 1. Whew. And it was it was tough.
It's only a DC 22.
Oh boy.
And you alight on the other side, Bright. You land, and then you step just around the corner and set Frack the Kobold down. And as you step around the corner, Bright, there are a couple things you notice in the hallway. You now hear this. This sounds like something is whirring and buzzing. And Bright, with your dark vision, you can see that the floor here stretches out for a while. You can barely make out a dragon statue at the far end of this otherwise pitch black hallway. And when you hang on just a second, I gotta pull something up here real quick. Wondering why it's
Just
not
to clarify
popping
too,
up.
there's also another dragon statue right next to the Pegasus.
That's right. Yeah, I'll move the
Oh,
Pegasus
yes.
over. There's a dragon statue right here that has not been examined yet.
Ah, yes.
Bright, when you step onto this red space here, you feel and hear like a whoosh as a metal blade flies directly up underneath your feet and goes to attack you, basically.
Oh, well then.
A huge spinning saw blade flies up 5 feet and narrowly misses you. It goes up and then it goes back down. It looks like it was attached to a tiny little metal arm. This thing is still whirring and buzzing, and you can sense that the floor is vibrating underneath you. You think it'll happen again in just a moment.
Ugh.
Unfortunately, you've used all your movement for this turn. So
Yeah, that was just my held edge, so yeah.
yeah, so it's still Yogvin's turn.
Do I notice this?
Absolutely you do. Everybody hears this distinct whoosh as a blade chink chink flies up, spinning, and then flies back down into the floor.
Yeah, well.
I will be right back, Marlon, as I use my bonus action to teleport.
Well.
All right then, you take all the time you need.
I will grab Frack with my left arm, my left hand, and I will grab Bright with my right hand and drag them back 1 square using my action to dash.
Huzzah.
I'm afraid I can't allow that. You spent your turn fashioning and attaching the rug.
If we want to say that's an action, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a.
Yeah,
That's fine.
you pull it out, like, you've got scraps left over, so you fashion it into such a manner that it can be tied. You, like, cutting and twisting, and you have to spend that turn making
Okay.
the mask. So you won't be able to grab them this turn.
That's fine.
You know what? Tell you what, man. Let's play it a little fast and loose. If you burn your inspiration, I'll let you do it. Or you can say no.
Sure, I'll do it.
All right, winning points in the Broodmother's department as you save Frack's life and pull Bright aside as well. So it all happens in a split second. The blade pops up, goes back down, Bright goes woo, and then poof, Yogvin's there and grabs you both, drag you back in the direction of the acid.
Thanks.
The Pegasus rears up on its legs as all of this occurs very quickly. Just in the matter of a couple seconds. Just action.
I'll just
I'm
look
so
at the
sorry
Pegasus.
for the disturbances.
This would make some awesome animated TV. That's all I'm gonna say.
I look at the Pegasus and speak in Elvish once more. Are these traps normal?
All right. The Pegasus comes back down on all fours, looks down the hallway, and says, "It is your test." Or yeah, in female voice says, "It is your test."
There's more traps, and that'll be my turn because that was a lot in one turn.
Yeah. All right, Marlin.
More traps. You don't say.
Marlin says, "Why don't you pop over here and carry me across next?" Let me take a quick look at what Marlin can do. See if he can't take care of this on his own.
He has the platform he can make, the floating disc.
I could come back over there and give you a piggyback ride.
I'd rather take a trip in the acid.
That's what I thought.
You stay over
That was
there,
a fairly
leather
Marlin.
legs.
That was a fairly Marlin thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Go over there and throw him into the acid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you get Yogvin to throw him halfway, and then you telekinetic shove him the rest of the way. That
should just be a
20 feet.
sport at that point.
What is this, baseball?
Just your classic Marlin toss.
Normally we do it with a fish, but we don't have any.
It's a good thing he's not a dwarf. No one tosses a dwarf. I'm looking. I do see he has Tensor's floating disc. He would have to burn a spell
Yeah.
slot to cast it. Also, I would say that the way the floating disc works is he cannot just ride it like a surfboard. The Tensor's floating disc follows behind the person who casts it, so he can't hop on and then float with it, and go places. Otherwise, Osric would do that all the time. Trust me, I looked it up.
I think the best thing that could have happened was like maybe one of us carry him across, and then whoever was on the disc could ride along behind him.
In your heads, guys, you hear a gentle female voice. It says, "As you wish, for you have lived a long life. You deserve a little help." And the Pegasus unfurls its wings slightly, and it's making a gesture with its head as if to say, "Step aside."
But there's traps on the side.
And then
So fancy.
And then it's Bright's turn. Bright, I missed you. There's no way I could possibly carry your energy. I love the sense of wonder you bring. I have a lot to learn from Amaya in this regard.
Bright last session was a neglectful mom and was on TikTok the whole time.
Oh no. She is definitely looking in awe at this Pegasus's wings because she's like, wow, there's another creature with wings that I've never really seen like anything like that. Because she can't look at herself. She doesn't know what she looks like, but she knows that she can fly.
Yeah. Another thing, Bright, and everybody here, everybody gets a better look down the hallway now that Yogvin brought his flaming sword into the mix. He's casting this yellowish glow. You can see that the floor is checkerboarded, red and tan, red and tan, red and tan. And Bright, you step forward into this space here. Nothing seems to happen, but all around you, you can hear...
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Sure. No, I'm used to it. I'm used to your interruptions. It's cool. All around you, you hear a faint buzzing or whirring noise.
Oh, guys.
The whole hallway seems to vibrate with this energy, this noise. Nothing happens to
this is pretty weird. Yeah. I stepped over there on that one that's red, and a metal thing attacked me. So, not standing on a red thing seems like a good idea, friends. But the Pegasus, she said for us to move aside.
Yeah.
Bright is moving aside. Most definitely. She's very in awe as to what she is looking at. This is really so cool. With my dark vision, do I see anything in particular down the hallway that stands out to me?
Perhaps. Go ahead and perceive your environment with whatever check you would like to use.
I shall perceive with perception.
How astute. All right. So I'll read the flavor text here. Might be a little bit repeatable. I'll give you some more as well. Oh no, actually, yeah, I'm looking at it here, and it's pretty much all you see here. It's this long hallway. It's definitely not as long as previous hallways. The stone statue's a lot closer than other times you've rounded the corner. Each hallway seems to get a little bit shorter. This checkerboard of red tiles stretches from one end to the other. It looks like there is some sort of odd mosaic way down on the floor in the middle of the corner. Like the hallway bends around to the right. But there's an odd mosaic on the floor. You can't exactly make out what it is from your vantage point. I know the players can zoom in and take a look at it. They can see what it is. But you, Bright, don't really know. There is another dragon statue down there. It is utterly It is utterly dark. It's pitch black down there otherwise. And furthermore, the only other thing you notice is that there seems to be a thick black smoke emanating from around the corner.
Okay.
It seems to obstruct vision slightly.
All right. Okay. And I can see these torches, unlit torches on the sides of the wall?
Yes.
Okay. What I would like to do is use prestidigitation to light up the torch in the middle, just to kind of have like a nice equidistant light in this place.
All right. Let me double check prestidigitation and make sure it can light things on fire.
Oh, here you go.
Aha. Look at you
Yeah.
with your fancy fantasy grounds knowledge. Get out of here.
I try.
All right, yeah, you can instantly light or snuff out a candle, torch, or a small campfire. Awesome. Okay, Bright. You go to light this thing. However, you see that it is a bare sconce with no torch in it. So there is nothing to
there's
light,
nothing there.
unfortunately. You would have to place a torch into the sconce, and then you could light it.
I mean, I would like to do that. Could I use my could I use it to light a torch of my own and place it over there?
Yeah, are you carrying a torch? Have you got
I believe
torches?
I am carrying 10 of them.
Aha, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So I will make that 9.
Did you want to move over there?
Yeah, I will fly over so that I don't step on anything.
Okay.
And hope for the best.
Hey, hope helps.
So I will fly on over here.
Okay. So
Since the Pegasus hasn't done anything to me, I'm not going to bother disengaging. I just use prestidigitation anyway, so.
Yeah, and as you leave its threatened area, it snaps out with its teeth. No, Bright, you hover across, and you land in this tan square. Nothing seems to happen to you, but it is obvious now that you're in the middle of this room that these red tiles are the source of the whirring noise.
Mm.
Each one of these tiles seems to have its own little distinct, and it's louder here than it was at the beginning of the hallway. There's just this thrumming of mechanical sound. Right, and then give me just a second as I close 15 windows so I can access my lighting. Light. We're going to hang on just a second.
I would place one on my own if I could. Or actually, I think I did for myself.
What?
Oh,
yeah,
it
looks like you gave yourself a torch. Hey! Let's say you put that one in the sconce.
Yeah.
And we'll just clear that one out. The one on your character. I think I got rid of that one. I think you're good now?
I think I did, yeah.
Okay. And then I put a light on the torch itself. I used the Fantasy Grounds dynamic lighting feature. Everyone buy Fantasy Grounds, please. And so now we have a torch light. Hopefully
Yay.
It won't reveal a map or anything crazy like that.
We can see the red squares clearly now.
Yeah, and that's really important, and that's one thing I love about Fantasy Grounds is the difference between dark vision and light.
People forget you're only seeing in gray.
All right. So
I'll scoot back over.
You bounce back up into the air and float across and land. Nothing seems to happen to you.
No, I'm just gonna stay here because I used my action already. I moved as much as I could, so nobody. Oh well, Edvard, you're not looking so hot, right?
Yeah, I could use a little zippy zappy. Pick me up.
A little bit of the juice.
A little juice. I can use my bonus action to assist. So
Edvard's not natty.
Turbulent juice. It's coming.
So healing word your way, friend, at 3rd level, because that's all I have left.
Well, thank you. I will put those. Oh, that is a lot better.
It's juicy.
Now, if we have to fight something,
There you go. Wonderful. That's it for me.
Okay. Frick and Frack, they are just kind of captured in wonder here. I think, they don't do anything in particular. They're just watching this majestic, legendary, giant winged horse unfurl wings powerful wings, as Marlin hoops and hollers down there, that crusty old geezer. And then it's Edvard's turn.
All right. I'm going to dig in my pack, take out a torch, take out my sword, and I want to slice the fat end of the torch off to basically make a really, like, good point, like a wooden stake point. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It sounds like you're fashioning a rudimentary weapon.
Something like that, yes.
All right. Let's say you accomplish this with an action. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right.
That's my action. Then I would like to, I don't know if I can grab it as a bonus action, but I want to grab the axe head from Brick, the kobold.
All right. The axe head is laying on the stone tile right next to you, and you can definitely snatch it up. You take a quick look at it, and you can see that the wooden haft is still inside the axe head, the hatchet head. The whole handle has been like dissolved and burned away,
right.
But there is still wood inside of the axe head. You'd have to find a way to get rid of that. It looks like the
Right.
axe itself, like the head of the axe, did not get hit by the acid. Just
Right.
the handle.
That'll be my turn for now.
Okay. Yogvin?
I will heed the Pegasus's words by teleporting with my echo. And the echo will go
like
right
anything?
below.
Does it sound like anything when you teleport? Is it like
It's
an
the window.
explosion
It's
or
like
a pop?
no, it's the window startup sound.
I want it to sound like the error sound. The
Yeah,
bump,
we'll do. Yeah, we'll do that.
bump. I couldn't possibly make that sound effect, but that would be so funny.
I will have my echo move in the southern direction of where Frack is facing.
All right. Your echo floats over.
Yep.
Into the acid.
That will be my turn. I'll just kind of look at Marlin, waiting for him to get his joyride, I guess.
Yeah. Marlin, upon receiving a response from the Pegasus, he just kind of like nods his head, like, very proud of himself. He goes, well, all right then. And he steps aside and makes room for the Pegasus to come on in. And then the Pegasus unfurls its wings some more, and then it steps forward, kind of runs a little bit, and then alights into the air and flies across the acid pit. And as it does so, it needs to make a couple checks here. So,
Please don't have the Pegasus swan dive into the acid.
First, it needs to make a saving throw as it breathes in these noxious fumes, or at least flies over them. So let's just see how it does, because it's just an ordinary Pegasus. Or is it? Maybe it's the one and only legendary Pegasus, King of Men. Wow, I can't believe this. So, right here.
No.
No, I'm kidding. He makes it.
The
flies
horse
across-
skeleton was actually foreshadowing.
Flies across with no trouble, right? That's why I did it. But there were only 2 skeletons in the little pack I had, and I was like, I'm gonna throw a Pegasus skeleton in here.
Yeah, why
Just
not?
to fuck with them. It's like the same Pegasus. It's a time loop. A future game one day. But in the
This
meantime,
Pegasus is a mimic.
The Pegasus lands and kind of walks in a little circle and faces the acid pool. Marlin, I think, we'll go ahead and say he had a ready to action. He climbs onto the Pegasus, and you can just imagine that Marlin is sitting on this legendary horse. As a matter of fact, I wish Loco was here, because they would have a little conversation. I can't really do it here because Loco's too good. But they would probably have a little conversation. I would love to know how Marlin would have treated this particular creature, knowing what Marlin knows about it, that you guys maybe do not know. So, perhaps they stand and look at each other for a little bit longer than 6 seconds, as words are exchanged privately in the depths of their minds. And then the Pegasus sort of like kneels down a little bit and forms a little platform for Marlin to climb on. Something feels honorific about this exchange. Like there is some sort of deep respect being exchanged between the two that Marlin maybe doesn't really show you guys. But
Definitely not to Edvard.
In the meantime, it becomes Bright's turn once again.
Okay. Well, look at that! No Pegasus in between me and a dragon head!
Ooh, shiny!
Oh, look at this! Alright.
Ooh, what's that?
I was like, watch and learn, boys!
Straddles
Bright, you
dragon
just
head.
like jump on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Bright, so there's a dragon statue here, and it is pretty clear for you to notice that it is very similar to the others. It seems to be some sort of mechanism. It's got a long, dark hole inside of its mouth that you can stick your arm into, and there is a cage underneath with appears to be a little stash of goodies. You look in there, you see yet another pink crystal sitting on a tiny pillow. There is a pretty large pouch that you presume has some money in it. There is, it looks like there's a magical wand and a magical ring sitting in plain view. And then a series of tightly wrapped scrolls.
Wonderful. And my translator's not here. Let's see. I will do what, or Bright will do what she does best. She's going to preface the dragon's mouth with her fancy immovable rod.
Immovable rod. Okay.
The immovable rod in the mouth of the dragon again. And she's going to give it a push the button with her action.
Okay. You shove this thing in place right at the little hinge point in the jaw. And you hit the button, and it becomes utterly immovable, as expected. It is, in fact, your immovable rod, not just a immovable rod. So thank you, Dernan, from the great beyond.
So, thanks, Jeff.
Le Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. I truly wasn't expecting it back, and was just going to willy-nilly shove my hand in Dragon's mouth.
My name's Jeff.
That sounds better. Let me take it back.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's definitely something he'd be into.
Screw you guys.
So, I will look over to Edvard, because I saw him use his fancy psychic powers to do this to the other dragon head. I didn't get a chance to do. And I want to see... I'll ask Edvard, hey, you do fun stuff with your head. Can you help me turn this like you did over there?
Why does that sound rude?
Yeah, that sounds...
Why does that sound rude?
It just sounded like derogatory. I don't know.
Like, do you think I go around headbutting enemies? No, I have a sword for that.
No, not that. Like when you... I didn't get the other dragon head last time. You did. You did some fancy schmancy stuff with your head.
Oh, my psychic powers. Yes.
Yeah, like you did with the door. You make things float.
I don't really think I can do it while you're holding onto it. I don't think both my hand or your hand and my mind powers can turn it at the same time? I don't think that's how it works.
Hmm. You can't help my hand push a little further.
Uh, if there's a DM god in the world, will you let me know if I can or cannot?
Bright, what are you asking for?
He's
Just
asking for
clarify what you're asking for to me, and we'll see if we can adjudicate.
Oh, because I know it takes forever to turn this thing. I was wondering, with Edvard's help with his fancy hand, if I can like reduce that by a round or something.
Every time you guys have interacted with this thing, it seems to move like you're moving a mechanism, and it's like really heavy. It also feels like it's designed in such a way that it takes a specific amount of time. You, as a matter of fact, Bright, could you give me some sort of check to analyze the situation? Any check that you think is appropriate. You're trying to piece it together in your head and see if he can actually help you or not. Something maybe related to engineering or craftsmanship would be appropriate. Or, yeah, not magic, but yeah, something.
The only thing I can think of is probably like investigation.
Yeah, give me an investigation check then in the tower. Well, let's
It's
see
not
if you're able
great,
to
but we'll
deduce.
see.
See if you can figure more about. Okay, I see. Hey, not bad. You surmise, and you recall based on previous statues. Each one, it's like the number of rounds it takes, the number of turns that it requires, goes up by one for each new statue you encounter. So the first statue took 1 turn of the lever. The second statue took 2 turns of the lever. 3, 4, 5, 6. You're on number 6, so you think it's going to take 6 rounds. And it seems to be designed in such a way that you can't go faster or slower. Like it moves at a set speed. It's very intentional in its design. If you guys try to exceed that, you might break it, and then you might not be able to trigger whatever. You might not be able to get at those goodies unless you demolish the cage, which could take its own amount of time because you're breaking through stone and metal.
Okay. Alright, that's alright then. She'll just dedicate her time here then and try to keep the attention of the kobolds so that they don't cause any trouble. So she's just gonna dedicate her time to that then.
Okay. Frick and Frack, when the Pegasus flies across, they go, "Ooh!" They start talking amongst themselves. They're very excited. I don't think they even noticed really what happened to Bright with the little ching ching, the little blade thing that popped out of the ground. I don't think they even noticed because they were so fixated on the Pegasus and the acid. I don't think they noticed the whirring and buzzing. As a matter of fact, let's give them a perception check real quick. I just want to see
if they noticed at all.
I just want to see how well they're doing. And they're still sick, so they're rolling with disadvantage. So let's do.
Oh, they're both. I see.
Frick. It seems that Frick succumbed to the vapors as well. They got curious. They wandered up, and they started hacking up some junk. Oh, hey, not bad. No, not good enough. Yeah, they're a little bit preoccupied with everything happening in the hallway to the south. So they hardly take notice at all that there's another hallway up ahead.
That's good, at least.
Yeah. Could be bad.
I mean, I don't want them to get stabbed by crazy mechanisms.
Yeah, you guys are gonna...
What if they're colorblind?
Oh god, what if they're colorblind? I'm gonna make a quick luck roll.
Listen.
Even number, they have good vision. Odd number, they have color blindness. I'm gonna,
one for each.
We'll come back to that. Okay, and then it becomes Edvard's turn.
Okay.
Edvard,
They don't even know what color their scales are.
a torch is now lit down there, and you can see all the way down the hallway. There's another statue down there. It seems like a dense black fog coming around the corner, to the way down there to the east, and there's this whirring noise. You're flanked by kobolds.
Yeah. What else is new? Did Bright tell us say what she's figured out about the
She probably,
dragon statues?
yeah, she probably was like, never mind.
Yeah.
I got it. This is
Okay.
my dragon statue. It's mine. You can't have it.
He's like, you know what? Never mind. I got this. It's okay.
Precious.
Just start
I
petting
meant
the
about
cheek
the
of the dragon
Because
statue.
what's this? Marlon has one of the
Precious.
crystals.
I meant more along the lines of it going up in a turn or not.
Oh yeah, I would let you know.
Okay. So first I'm gonna finish up. Like, I'm assuming like the hand axe, the other side of the the side that the handle wouldn't be on, there's still like a small hole. Right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
how I'm
with
picturing
some
the hand
considerable effort, you could just bash that thing out of there, or with some careful work and a little bit of acid, you could just melt away what remains of the organic material.
I mean, I'm looking at my lift, push, and drag number, and I'm thinking I could probably just push it out with my thumbs, going from the small end to the big, pushing down through the big end. Just push it out with my damn thumbs.
Sounds horrendous.
Give me a skill check, whatever you think is appropriate, whatever skill you want to make.
Honestly, I would say strength.
So many splinters.
In
Just
that case,
strength save or strength skill.
give me an athletics check as you squeeze the wood out of this
And you
metal
know what?
metal haft.
I'm gonna do it with advantage.
The most
I am
important role of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Repairing a hand axe.
And before 2-1.
So you're standing there with this thing, and you're looking down at it, and you're like, and you push with both thumbs, and you squeeze and squeeze, and you're like, and the piece of wood pops out and smacks Frick directly in the forehead. Doink.
Knocking him unconscious.
No, he doesn't take. I'm not gonna be an asshole. 1%'s coming back.
I was just gonna say that.
You pop it out, no trouble. There was no adhesive in there. It was just wedged in there tight, as those old axes were made. It's not like a modern axe. So yeah, now you can potentially make a new one.
All right, so that was my action. Can I use my bonus action to shove the wooden stake in there?
Sure.
Cool.
How long is
I
it?
do that.
The length of a torch, right? So about a foot.
Yeah, it's a torch.
Yeah. So
But
okay,
with
cool.
the spike, it's a little bit shorter than a normal torch now.
So you
Because of where the
rebuild.
blade is.
You rebuild his
I am
great axe.
I am rebuilding his great axe.
I love it. I want to make
I
a
will-
quick.
I will even cost the rest of my rope if you want me to make this happen.
You guys won't be able to see it because of the way Fantasy Grounds works. But when I renamed it, actually I can do it right here, can't I? Yeah. Just let me do a quick bit of typing, and then I'm just gonna make an attack roll real quick. Wait, is that not working? What the hell's going on with this stupid program? Oh, there it goes.
Buy Fantasy Grounds.
It's just
Great
great
X.
X in quotes. To him,
Beautiful.
it's a great. He wields it in two hands. He hoists it up in the air like He-Man.
What's the damage for it?
I got it.
Is it a hand axe?
It's
Oh.
probably not a 1d12.
I had to retype. I had it all programmed onto his character sheet, but the effect didn't change. It's slashing. It's 1d8 slashing. 1d8 plus 2. So it's quite an upgrade. He had a 1d4 plus 2 with his old butter knife.
That is better than the hand axe in my hand. So, well,
I mean, he's
better
two-handing this
dice.
some bitch.
Yeah.
So,
Right?
because he has to.
Is it fixed or
It's
like good
fixed.
enough
Yeah,
for? Okay.
we'll say you spent your turn repiecing this thing.
Okay. Cool. I know what I'm doing my next turn.
Gotcha. All right. Yagvin.
So I want to get out of the way. So the echo's going to go 2 squares to the right of the immovable rod,
Okay.
but then I'm going to teleport.
Poof. Boom. The little window sound plays. All
The
right.
Taco Bell bell from the commercial just plays very loudly.
Boom!
Oh.
And from somewhere within your chest, it's like, "Welcome to fourth meal." He just like dispenses a taco from your other arm. What the hell?
I'm going.
I didn't know
I'm
I
going
could do
to
that.
look. I'm gonna look back at both the kobolds, and I'm gonna point to the red square that's right next to me, and I'm gonna say, "Don't step on these colored squares, okay?"
All right, and then what happens?
Oh Lord.
In Draconic, I say that to be fair.
Okay.
And then that is my turn. I don't want to go too far off on my own.
All right. All
Rest in
right.
peace, Echo.
Yeah. He melts.
Oh, really?
He just melts into the floor and dies.
Echo.exe is stopped working.
Boom. The little sound.
Not Yakvin Ghost.
Oh god, I love that you're running like Windows 95.
We're actually gonna cross, and he has like the beach ball of death just going from Mac.
Oh no.
Whenever you go to sleep, all you see is like the little starfield of Windows logos flying at you the whole time.
Windows Vista just running nonstop.
Oh my god, that makes my face hurt. Like that's so funny. I can't stop smiling. Oh my god, I love it so much. Frick and Frack, they seem to comprehend what you're saying. You're pointing down at the squares. You say, "Don't step on these color squares." They just kind of like nod. They sort of seem to have heard what you said.
That's good.
It's better than nothing, right? You're welcome. The Pegasus,
Mysteriously vague.
the Pegasus flies across with Marlin on his back. It looks breathtaking. And as it does so, a couple things happen. We're gonna make a couple quick rolls here. So, the Pegasus makes. Oops. What the hell? I'm so sorry. There we go. Are we still streaming? Okay.
Oh.
I just got a weird flicker across my whole monitor.
Oh no.
It's probably fine.
Maybe your Windows isn't working.
Boom. Okay. So the Pegasus flies across and just barely makes it. Just barely makes it. You can see like when the Pegasus lands, she's like. Marlin also needs to make a save as he goes across, and he's gonna do that with advantage.
He has a mask on too.
He's wearing a mask. And so we wish him all the best. Okay, cool. Yeah, he makes it across with no trouble. He held his breath.
Yay.
I'm no spring chicken. As the Pegasus lands and Marlin surprisingly gracefully dismounts,
Wow.
the Pegasus immediately begins to fade and become ethereal, and as it goes off into whatever realm it's headed toward next, it says, "Beware what lies ahead. My brother will not be so merciful." And then it fades away into a little glimmering, melting cloud of glitter dust. It just and the Pegasus disappears.
Goodbye, Pegasus. Wow. So majestic.
So we still might be able to have barbecue wings.
Barbecue wings, how dare.
We'll have
Right.
we'll have barbecue tusks if you're not careful. You almost killed him. Marlin points at Frick. Now let's get on with it. And he steps forward a little bit. We'll
Oh,
pass the
don't touch the red one,
Right into the
Marlin.
trap.
trap.
Don't
Y'all
walk
been
on the red
onto a
one.
red one or not?
All right, Bright. It is your turn.
Just turning the wheel.
All right. Yeah, that's right. You're on the. Okay, so.
For the next 6 rounds,
All
I'm
right, Bright.
turning the wheel.
As soon as you twist this thing, you hear a mechanism activate. I'm just gonna make a quick roll here. Okay.
Someone gonna stab me?
The jaw attempts to close, but the immovable rod catches the jaw, and it does not clamp down on your arm, so you are not trapped.
As
All
best
right.
investment.
Best investment. All right, Frick and Frack. They're just waiting to see what happens next. Edvard Thar.
All
You're up.
right. Gave the axe to Frick. Then I will run 5 feet, 10 feet, and jump. I need to move my map over more.
And Frick, you say thank you to Uncle
Right
Edvard.
here.
Give me just a second. I want to adjust the camera for our viewing audience. Okay, so Edvard, you run forward, you jump across, and then are you jumping again?
I'm jumping and dashing. So I can continue my movement with my boots. I can go up to 63 feet, but you can't go faster than your total movement. You may have to dash.
That is one huge jump.
Yep.
Okay. Here's what happens, Edvard.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, man. Once again, the grace does not stop with this elephant. he runs forward and he's like, "Watch this," and he
Hold my beer.
Just hold my beer. Watch this.
No, you're not holding my beer. My trunk is holding my beer, and I'm drinking while I do it.
He drops it right there in front of everybody. He says, "Keg party," and then he jumps away. Oh,
Are you sure you don't want to give it to Frick or Frack? I'm sure they'd love
It's like
to
the
have a
Captain.
little.
It's like the Captain America where he jumps on the grenade and he hugs it. That's what Frick does.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get so drunk. You leap across. As you leap across, Edvard, you hear the whirring noises below. You sail, like you just completely sail all the way down. Okay, so here's let me tell you about what's going on down here. First of all, it's really dark, and I mean really dark. You're standing in like a dark cloud almost, and you can barely see anything in front of you. There's like a haze at this end of the hallway that's really hard to notice and see all the way at the other end where everyone's covered in that green light. The air itself smells really weird and noxious in its own way. It smells like, I mean, for lack of a better term, it smells like burning oil, heated metal, and there's weird sounds all over this area. It's not just whirring like from the floor behind you. There's like, it sounds like the whole hallway up ahead to the south is like a machine. There's like the sound of gears clink, 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 chink, 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 clink, 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 clink. You hear like chains being dragged across stone. There's like shifting stone blocks. Sounds like tiles are moving. But directly to your south, you can't see any further than like 5 or 10 feet ahead of you.
Right.
And I need you to perceive your environment. Make a skill check for me to perceive your environment.
Alright. Perception. Is this smell based or no?
It can be smell based. Go ahead and make it. Here's the thing. You need to make this check with disadvantage. So the advantage you would normally get from your smell is going to be counteracted by all of the loud sounds and all of the noxious like mechanical smells. It smells like burning oil, heated metal. So it's gonna sort of mask things. It'll have to be a
Okay.
straight check.
Hey, straight's better than disadvantage.
Okay. Hang on a second. Yeah.
The suspense is killing me.
Uh-huh. There is something moving somewhere somewhere to the south of you. Something is moving, and it's not like mechanical sounds. It sounds like something is walking forward. Something is stomping towards you.
Okay.
There's one more thing I'll note. Immediately to your left, there is a mosaic set into the stone floor. It looks like a black spider is sitting inside of a yellow diamond.
Caution. Spider crossing.
Based on your perception check, you can determine that this is some sort of pressure plate. And of course, there's another stone dragon statue.
Which is the reason I'm here. Can I telepathically tell the group what I like? There's some creature down south, and there's a pressure plate over here in front of the dragon statue with the spider on it.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
convey that message.
I'm conveying it telepathically, so hopefully the creature doesn't hear me. Besides the loud thud of an elephant man
So
landing.
you just broadcast that out to the world. Everyone hears it. Okay, here's what happens next. A creature comes stomping up into view. It's really dark and it's really dark and smoggy here, like smoky. But a creature emerges. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Emerges from the fog. It is a huge hulking minotaur. It looks like its head is on fire. This dark fog parts. Oh shit, I'm reading the wrong... Ugh, I hate it when I do that. Sorry guys. Pardon me. Ah, yeah. Nope, I definitely grabbed the wrong paragraph. I have to jump over to Microsoft Word real quick.
Uh-oh.
Where did I put that? I thought I had specifically grabbed this flavor text. No. No. What the hell? It's a minotaur, guys. Bear with me just a second.
It's a flaming minotaur.
Okay, I found it. We're good. We're good. Somehow I put the wrong pin on the map. Just going to move that one out of the way. Put this one here for later. Assuming there will be a later. Here we go, guys. Edvard, you suddenly hear heavy footfalls and sense thuds in the stone floor as something moves towards you in the darkness up ahead. From the black smoke emerges a hulking minotaur with thick red fur and a massive golden hoop in its nose. Its horns are flaming. It bears a huge great axe that is as long as you are tall. This thing is 10 feet tall. It raises a palm and crushes a tiny vial in its hand, and then inhales deeply from a cloud of faintly glowing golden powder. Its eyes flash golden, and for a moment the eyes are the only thing you can see through the fog. Its movements suddenly quicken and sharpen. Its muscles bulge and ripple, and it assumes a lean sprinter stance as it grips its weapon in both hands and bellows fiercely at you as it prepares to charge and attack. since it just came upon you, it didn't know you were there. It just suddenly came upon you. Like, it can barely see as well. So it just found you. So it can't do anything else this round. But it has emerged. And
He's only 2 foot taller than me.
yeah.
That's
That's
a
not
lot.
that bad.
That's
Pretty
a lot.
impressive.
That's a lot. Yogvin,
Two whole heads.
everybody in the hallway hears this echo from down the hall.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll move forward.
All right, Yogvin, you run forward.
Not run. I'll go in between. But
Are you
hopping between
hopping
blocks?
in between?
yes,
Okay.
I will summon my echo to the right side of Edvard Thar.
Let's get an. See, I wasn't really prepared for this. Like, as far as like the hopping between squares. We'll just say it's fine. Fuck it. I want you guys to get along there, kitties. You're gonna summon your echo. Where?
In front of the Minotaur, right next to Edvard.
Okay. So you summon your echo. It's exceptionally difficult to see, and if you want to make an
Yeah.
attack at this range, you'll have to do it with disadvantage. There's a lot of black smoke and fog that's not well represented on the.
So what will happen
the map.
is the echo will step to the side, so it's not in melee range of Edvard. And I will swing at it with disadvantage.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
That's a miss. So
'Kay.
the flaming sword comes in and out, and it sort of lights up all of the fog around you for a moment. It's this thick, tarry smog, but it carries the light pretty well. So in that moment, as you
Yeah.
swing your sword, you're able to see just how big and dangerous this Minotaur is. This guy immediately appears to you like a formidable foe. Much
Oh.
more dangerous than any kobold. Way more dangerous than the gelatinous cube.
Well, that's not going to be good. I'll just look back, guys. We have a really bad issue, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Marlin says, "Oh, I don't see what the big deal is," and he starts walking forward. And then he,
No.
I'm gonna make a quick. I'm gonna give him a perception check or something.
This is where we find out Marlin's colorblind.
He's blind.
He notices. He notices. As a matter of fact, it's pretty easy to tell that these are traps. And you guys didn't specifically search for traps, but Marlin says, "Oh,
I definitely
Oh.
experienced one.
don't step on those." He points back at the two kobolds. It's like, "You no step," and he points down, and he points back at Frack and just like waves a finger like left and right, like no. Okay.
Grandpa Marlin laying down the law.
Thank you, Grandpa Marlin.
Hey, what's going on down there? Y'all quit making so much noise. I want to take a nap.
It's curfew, damn it.
Well, hang on just a second. I'm just deleting the mighty Pegasus. And then it is Bright's turn. Bright, you heard a very angry bellow. And also, Bright, somewhere in the distance, down way down south and somewhere far around the corner, you hear unmistakable crunching and grinding of like stone and steel. As the dragon statue where you got your arms stuck all the way back before the wooden wall, that statue is destroyed by the wall. So now you know exactly where the wall is. All
Well
right.
then.
What do you do, Bright?
Turning the wheel.
Just turning the wheel. All right.
Yep, and
that off.
this is what, number 2? Turn number 2, I believe.
Yep. And I'm keeping track on my paperwork. Don't you worry
Wonderful.
about a thing.
Thank you.
You just tell me what to do, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking to see if I can do anything at the moment with just verbal stuff.
I'm in danger.
Because, I mean, I have a hand is busy, another hand is holding me steady.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Eh, got fairy fire. I don't think that's going to do much for us right now.
Hmm.
Maybe not where you're at.
Yeah. But, I mean, it could probably reach. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, kind of. It's 60 feet, so. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to help any. So, yeah, I'm just turning stuff. And whatever Marlin told them and noticing his body language, and I will turn to look at them both and be like, yeah, listen to Marlin.
Listen to Grandpa.
Listen to Grandpa. He knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about. Frick and Frack. Frack nods his head in understanding. Frick comes up and he walks towards the spot where Marlin pointed, as though Marlin said, "You stand here." And Marlin smacks his nose. Says, "No, you dumb lizard."
Marlin can at least speak to them. Please, Frick, please.
It's like talking to a brick wall, you know? You're talking to a dog. You can't make a dog understand anything. They gotta be trained. And he's like talking down to Frick, but there's like a playfulness in his voice at the same time. So it's not like
Yeah,
he's
boy.
being like a really mean guy at the moment. It's like he's being goofy with his dog, basically, is what Marlin's doing. But I think Marlin also would show some concern about what's happening down at the end. So I think he's probably going to start hop, skipping, and jumping left and right on these stones in a minute here.
Diagonal skips.
In the meantime, Edvard, what happens next?
What happens next is Edvard is going to pull out his Hellfire Katana. And let me just remind you, this weapon is fashioned from infernal iron traced with veins of hellfire that shed dim light in a 5-foot radius.
I'm digging it. Your character, your token does have that light effect attached to it right now.
And that means I should be able to see Mr. Minotaur, right?
Yep. At this moment, because you're so close, it just basically you both have advantage and disadvantage at the same time. It just kind of cancels itself out, so it's just a straight roll.
Right. Right. Nope. There we go. Then I shall attack. In the tower or no?
Out in the open.
Oh my goodness.
That's a miss.
Then attack again. Extra attack. Dirty 20.
That's a hit. So go ahead and roll damage. Okay.
And then, bonus action. He's probably going to pass, but...
Oh, you're going to try to shove him?
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah, so yeah, he bows up against your mental struggle, and he just goes... And he like gives you this hateful grin.
I smile back.
Ugh.
And his eyes are like beginning to glow brighter. And at the beginning of his turn, the powder that he inhaled takes effect. So he is affected. He is affected by... basically, you notice that all of his movements begin to quicken and speed up. And he becomes even more wily, if you can imagine. He lashes out with a fierce swipe from his huge great axe. and he's coming right after you, Edvard. Okay.
That is definitely a hit.
He lays into you with some extreme pain. Whack! He just takes a huge chunk out of your side. He grips this huge great axe like it's a baseball, and he has no trouble swinging it. He's exceptionally tough. You realize in this moment that your life may be in danger right now. And then he takes a second attack. Okay, that's a miss. So he's like one big huge swing, and I think it like his first swing goes through you and into the stone, right into the corner, and so that kind of hinders his ability to swing harder on the next one. So you're able to dodge that second swing, and he just like lets out another fierce bellow. He like screams right in your face. His breath fucking stinks, and it's just the classic. It's the classic movie moment where the monster screams in your face and all that goo flies out of his mouth. He's got this huge bull's head. His fur is like matted. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty intense. And then his turn ends. So Yagvin, you're up.
Bonus action teleport.
Uh-oh. Poof. 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 Boom.
Would I still have disadvantage?
Not anymore. You're right next to him, so you can see him
Okay.
better. Go nuts. Do
I
Yagvin
won't.
things. That's a miss.
I believe so.
Yeah. So it's like he smacks your sword out of the way with the long steel handle of his great axe. It's just like metal on metal. There's like sparks. Now, Yagvin, you can hear it too. This whole hallway to just behind the Minotaur, it's like clunk, 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 clunk. Like there's like huge mechanical sounds all throughout this hallway, and it's so filled with smog that you cannot see very far at all. What you can see, it just seems like an empty hallway. There's like big cobwebs and stuff. It seems like no one's passed through here in forever. Edvard and Yagvin, you guys both notice at this point there is an old but enormous blood stain just to the south of Edvard. Just like the ground is stained. It looks like someone threw a bucket of paint. Like there's just this huge ancient blood stain on the floor there. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Well, that will be my turn though.
All right, gotcha. Marlin, I think Marlin says, "Oh, there's always something." He steps again, steps up here, steps. That's 20 feet. Do what I do, you little whippersnappers. He says that in Draconic, and then he step. Can he see? I'm trying to see if he can see. He can see. All right. So he's going to do it the signature. Oh wait, that was a dash. I made him dash. He has to dash if he wants to get close enough. So he can't really do anything else as far as spells. All right. In that case, yeah, I think he'll wait here and just kind of take a minute to catch his breath, and then he'll hop the rest of the way over. All right. And then it is Bright's turn. Bright, I think we all know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I am turning the wheel.
Wheel of Death.
So, a quick question, though.
Yes.
Does clicking my heels with the shoes, does that count as an action? Because it doesn't say.
Remind me what your shoes are.
The fancy slippers.
You put on.
Yeah, I shared it in the chat.
Fancy slippers. I gotcha. Hang on just a second. Are those identified for you?
Yeah, there's slippers of shriding and springing.
Okay.
That's all I can see, like, the description up to where it says, like, once per day you can click your heels together.
Yeah, I see that. That would be an action. Yeah.
Okay,
It doesn't
just,
say it here, but I believe using
yeah.
it's a use an object action. So, for example, a rogue with a thief archetype could do that as a bonus action with his cunning action, because that's a use an object action, I think. I mean, it doesn't say specifically here in the text, so I'm actually kind of curious. But do you think did you think that it would give you like an extra action so you can turn the lever again? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah, because I can get haste. It'll give me haste for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I could use that for 1 minute. What is that? 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So it'll at least, like, maybe I could do it for like 2 actions in 1 round to turn it twice in 1 round.
I'm gonna have to sow a seed of doubt, because you determined, after kind of examining the way these statues work and how they're designed, you don't think there's a way to speed up this process without potentially damaging it. It's a huge mechanism that's designed to waste your time. So if you try to speed it up, you might accidentally break it, or just be unable to move it any farther than it's supposed to be moved.
Okay.
It's like every time you twist this thing, it's like it goes a quarter turn and then stops, and then you got to apply pressure to make it go again. So it might work, like, but you really feel like it was designed to waste your time for a specific amount of time, and you don't know if being able to turn it again using magic or other means is gonna work at all. This is kind of tough. Like, there is a seed of doubt as to whether or not this is a good use of your once per day haste spell.
That's okay, then I'll just keep doing the action, because I feel like I saw that there's another crystal in here, right?
There is, yeah.
Okay.
And you know
I really
what the
just want
crystals
one
do.
more. Yes, I really just want one more, because I know Marlin has one.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could do that, then at least we'll have 6, and maybe a short rest could help us. But I want to find out first, and... But that was it!
Okay.
Thank you!
Alright, Frick and Frack, I think they get the picture now. They start hopping along. They're just doing their little things. 1, 2, 1, 2. Edvard. Dire
Be careful!
situation. What happens?
Alright. First, I'm going to telepathically communicate to Yagvin. Can you teleport behind him? You can reply. Is he...
Yagvin?
Yagvin will say yes, but that's a bad idea.
Not seeing any good ideas here. Then he's gonna go ahead and attack. I still got him targeted.
Okay. Just a straight roll, no advantage or disadvantage. Okay, you swing, and that's a miss. He is able to block here. He is extremely skillful. He's spinning this great axe around. In the heat of combat in D&D, it's like we make attack rolls, but that's a representation of really fluid combat. There may be like several swings that result in one hit, you know? So like you're going in there, you guys are both going in there, and it's like episode 1 of the Star Wars movies where the 2 Jedis are fighting Darth Maul, and it's just this, it feels like you guys are fighting a seasoned combat veteran, and he is really, he's gonna kick you guys' ass if you don't do something here. So that was a miss. So what happens next, Edvard? I think you got another one. Okay, that's a hit. Not bad. So you get one in. It's not hopeless. Looks like you're doing another push. He laughs.
Oh, no,
Oh, that was concentration. Oh, that
was
okay.
his concentration.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, okay, so technically he doesn't have to concentrate. It was a consumable, but fuck it. We'll just say maybe you guys will get really lucky and he'll lose concentration.
Yep. And Now I'm going to try and push.
Yeah. All right. So
That is a fail.
Yeah, he flies back, and you just hear from somewhere way down the hall as he flies
And-
back.
I'm going to, again, if you'll allow it, telepathic communication to Yagvin says, lure him into the traps. And take my movement.
Oh God! He's just like you guys zoom in on the map if you want, if you're able to see. I just want you guys.
He's in darkness.
Yeah, I just want you guys to see what's on the floor there. Okay, Edvard, is there anything else you can do?
Nope.
Okay, so here's what happens next. Yagvin, you hear kung, 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 as this Minotaur charges. He comes running forward and then he leans towards you, and as he does so, he lowers his head, and these flaming horns. He goes to hit you with a gore attack. So he tries to run straight into you with these horns. Okay, that's a miss. So
Indeed.
yeah. So I imagine somehow you're like, it's like hook 'em horns, man. It's like you're at the rodeo. You just managed to stop him in his tracks. And then when you
step his horns down and push his head into the ground.
So as you do that, he spins around. He kind of like counters because you're not able to really like mechanically do that. I would love it if we could make that happen.
Flavor.
But so you like push him, and he uses his own momentum to spin all the way around. So he does like a big spin around you. Comes over here, and as he does so, he brings the great axe all the way around to try to strike you from behind. So this is a very fluid motion as he avoids the shove that you try to do in the fluid of combat. Here comes another attack.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. That's a miss. A narrow miss. So, God, it just barely goes right over your head.
My AC is a 27.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Oh my
Oh, wait, I
gosh.
thought it was 25. Wait, what
But with Shield of Faith, it's a 27.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's a lot of AC. Why did I do that? Why did I let that happen?
Cool
Okay.
as hell.
Gotcha. So, for the first time, you guys all see this huge Minotaur emerge, right? You can see now what all the ruckus is about. This huge, hulking, muscle-bound freak monster covered in dark red fur with flaming horns. And he is moving with a purpose. He is not screwing around. But that's his turn. I need to double check something. I forgot he had that cool ability. Sweet. Can't wait for next turn. Okay, Yagvin, you're up.
Before I leave, I want to leave with a parting gift.
Your trial version of WinZips has
But I
expired.
won't.
Okay, so you go to make another swing. Man, he's on point. He steel on steel again.
Game respect game. You know, I'm hard to hit. He's hard to hit, I guess. I will then bonus action teleport.
Poof, poof. Okay.
I believe that takes, let me double check, 15 feet of movement. And I will step here, going through Marlin Square to get there.
You jump over that?
Well, going through Marlin Square and then going back up. I'm going in a zigzag. I just didn't want to do my movement like that.
I think in a case like this, you can't really do that. And
Okay.
I think because there's got to be some sort of penalty for you guys having to be so careful. I think it's going to have to be difficult terrain to hop over that. So 15. Oh, you teleported. Never mind. Yeah, that's fine. So that'll have to cost double movement to make those jumps.
That's fine. That's all my movement.
If you go across the diagonal, then it won't be so bad. I think in this particular case, because Marlin's standing there, you're just like, whoa, old man, look out! You just barely avoid knocking him down into a red square.
Yeah. I just don't want to step down one more and block his path out, so I will stay where I am.
Out of my way, old man! Just shove him.
And that will be my turn.
Marlin says, "Oh,
Marlin in the danger zone.
you're almost as ugly as the elephant."
Oh my god.
And he taps. He taps on his. He taps his staff on the ground, and as he taps, this these little blue balls fly off of his staff, and they spin around real quick, and they go shoo, 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 as he casts the spell strike from his staff of the blue orb, and three basically magic missiles. So here comes one, and they hit unerringly. So, all right, there's one, and here comes another one. Boom, there's two. All right, and then a third one. All right, and we'll check off his uses there. And then he says, "Boy, you're ugly and stupid." And then he hops back a little bit. And then it is Bright's turn. Bright, your friends are in trouble. But do you care? What's more important?
Do I care?
Their lives or the goodies inside the
Remember how committed we are in this dragon's face. Although it is the first time I've heard Yagvin actually say, "Whoa, this may be a problem."
It's fine.
To be
He's
fair.
overreacting. He does that all the time.
No, I will keep turning. I will keep turning, but I will use my bonus action healing word. It's the last one I've got,
Okay.
y'all. So it's my last 3rd level spell slot, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it for Edvard,
Okay.
because
Thank
he
you so
took a
much.
beating.
Yeah.
And I only need, it's only a verbal component, so I'm happy that I can do that at least while my hands are busy.
That is perfectly fine with me.
There you go. So that's it. I cannot cast any more spells. Or no more leveled spells anyway. But yeah, I will be turning.
Okay.
Means I can take 2 hits from him.
Frick and Frack, they see and they hear this giant flaming headed minotaur, and they both and they oh god, I need to make a saving throw. I think they're gonna panic and freak out, so they need to make a saving throw to see if they remember the rules of the red squares. So let's make one for Frack. A little wisdom saving throw. Okay, and then let's make one for good old Frick. Frickin' Frick. Okay. Guys,
Are they good? Are they bad?
they both see this Minotaur come around the corner, flaming head. Marlin is unleashing little blue fireballs. Yagvin is retreating, it seems. And this Minotaur is screaming bloody murder at them. Rah, just absolute abject hatred. The kobolds panic and freak out. They run immediately to the left, and as they do so,
Rip my boys.
a couple little blades come popping up to cut at them. Shink! There's one, and shink! There's two. Okay. So Frack runs through there, and just as he's leaving the square, the blade pops up. Shink, shink! And Frack he dodges. So Frack is able to run all the way over here and hide right behind the statue, cowering behind Bright. Frick Frick gets a little nick on his hind leg as a couple little scales get shaved off as this blade pops up, this spinning saw blade.
My
but
God.
Frick is able to jump out of the way there, and then he runs across the next one in panic. Because now he got hurt. He's like, oh, this thing's right on
Frick.
me. That's a hit. Here comes another blade. Cheek! This one is the worst cut. 2 points of damage. It's cutting him to bits a little bit, but he manages to get out of there. He's got little
Swan dives in the acid.
cuts and slashes. Yeah. He swan dives
Oh my god.
immediately off to the only place that's safe. They come running up. They both huddle up in the corner here, just kind of panicking.
My bearded boys.
Freaking out. Frack is still wearing the
Poor
beard,
babies.
by the way. Frack has the big fur beard like all over his face.
The bearded boys.
Whew, that was stressful. I thought I was gonna kill Frick.
Yeah, me too. I was like, that's a D10. That hurts. He could be down with one full hit of those.
But I think one of them learned their lesson the hard way, and they won't make that mistake again. The other one remains to be seen. He might not have even realized exactly what happened just now. He didn't get cut. In the meantime, Edvard, you're up. Run away!
I'm going strategically retreat.
Reconnoiter the rear.
Strategically.
I got a really dumb idea. I would like to communicate with the party before doing it. Telepathically.
Go for it.
What do you guys think about me using my mage hand to push down on that pressure plate that he is right next to?
That's a pressure plate?
I told you it was.
Oh.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? Wow. I did not recall I had a true bright moment there. What?
Editor's note, neither does the DM. I'm sure you did. I just don't remember it.
I think Marlon
Okay.
would be very against this idea.
Yeah, I think so too. But I mean, who's to say?
But
he
he's not
didn't get
fucking
one
here to say
himself?
anything.
Yeah,
I'm hearing guesses.
I'm not.
This could go to like a maybe TPK to a surely TPK, or even better, it kills the Minotaur and then kills us.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would like to find out exactly
Hey,
what
I'm
that
joking.
thing is. If it is anything, I think we should probably deal with what's in front of us. And the plan you have right now for him running through these traps is probably
I mean,
the
he might even step on the pressure plate and come in his turn, to be honest.
Yeah, that too. Like, you never know, but this bottleneck or keeping him here in the hallway might be better so far.
Okay.
I think,
We'll
yeah.
do it for now.
I appreciate the huddle.
Bonus action is gonna be my telepathic shove then.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Wow, that was a cracked die, wasn't it? Did you guys see that?
Um,
On my
that
screen,
was-
No.
it was sitting between
Yeah.
a 5 and an 11.
No, a 5 plus 6 equals 11. That's what you're saying.
I see that. Yeah, I'm ruling it
that's
the
what it
way
was.
that it pops up in the chat, but on the die itself, it looked to me like it was like sitting right on the middle. It was really weird. But that's a fail on his part, so he gets shoved back right into the wall here.
Well, it's any direction he wants, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah, what
either
direction?
towards- it's either towards me or away from me, and I want him
Oh.
away from me.
Never mind. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's shoved into the back there. He slams up against the stone.
Goodbye, Yogvin's ghost.
My echo.
Yogvin's echo pops like a soap bubble, just boink.
I don't think you were
It
gonna
goes
say
away?
that there.
Nah, I'm kidding.
I was about to say. I was like, damn.
I mean, we'll just say they're kind of
Yogvin's
occupying the
ghost.
same space, sort of. You know.
Yeah.
This Minotaur is humongous. He takes up a 10-foot square, but there's obviously a lot of gaps in that space. You know, he's not a gelatinous cube, for example. was a
Yeah,
gelatinous
10-foot
cube, then
gelatinous
Your
cube.
bubble's gone. So.
Oh my god.
All right, Edvard. What happens next?
Is it going to be an action to sheath my sword, pull out my bow and arrow?
No.
Okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hold my action for if he steps on any of these red squares.
Okay. Right. So the Minotaur slams up against the stone and then spins around and swings at Yogvin's Echo with the great axe.
Oh my god.
I hope he misses.
That's
No,
that's a hit.
almost.
And he
It
deals.
almost missed. It doesn't matter.
I know. I just wanted to see it. He just cuts through it. And he's dead. Look, it says death exceeds hit points by 23. Instant
Yeah.
death. Yeah. Fuck
Dang.
you, Echo. He just destroys the Echo, and now you suddenly realize, Yogvin, that you can no longer summon the Echo. Like, he killed the ability for you to summon
Okay,
the Echo.
DM.
No, I'm fucking with you. That's an okay DM
Damn.
moment, brought to you by Praetor's Rejects. And then it moves forward. It charges forward. Let me take a quick look at something, because it actually has this really cool... Okay, yeah, so he moves up, he looks at Edvard, he looks at Yogvin, he sees Marlin there, and I'm going to roll a d4.
No.
I'm going to roll a
No.
d4.
No.
Okay, no, because he can't hit, he technically cannot hit Marlin. So you guys know,
Okay.
you guys know that whatever happens, you're going to intervene. But
All
I'm rolling
right,
a
that's
d4.
good, I guess.
If it's even, it's going to hit Yogvin. If it's odd, it's
Okay.
going to go after Edvard. Okay? Ooh. Okay, here's what happens. The Minotaur lowers its head, it points its flaming horns at Edvard, and it charges 10 feet. Actually, like 15 feet. And that triggers your ready to action, Edvard. As soon as he stepped on a red tile, you wanted to do something.
Did we lose him?
He's on mute.
You're muted if you don't know.
Oh,
We got
I might have
elephants
walked
on
away
mute.
real quick too.
I think he may have stepped away for
Trumpet
a
time.
second.
Did he say he was leaving?
No, you might have went to like go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay. In that case,
Aw.
in that case, the Minotaur goes after Yadvin. No, I'm kidding. He goes after Marlin.
Damn, you're telling me if I'm just not here, nothing attacks me?
I so badly want to roll damage and just like adjudicate without him being here, and then he comes back. He's like,
We'll
"What the
say it's a nat
hell?"
20. No, just roll crit damage. We'll say that it was a nat 20.
No, I feel bad because
Oh
I
my
forgot to
God.
take a break. I forgot to ask the group if they wanted to take a quick break. He probably had to step away for a minute. Guys,
As I come back.
hey,
Oh, there he is.
I was just about to have a really heartfelt moment with the rest of the party, but Edvard's back, so I don't want to do it anymore. Edvard, I rolled a die to see who this Minotaur was going to charge at.
Mhm.
And it's you, buddy. However,
Well, I've already.
he stepped on a red tile, which means he triggered your ready to action.
Right.
So what happens?
I am going to shoot my arrow at the red tiles to try and trigger the trap.
Okay, I'll move the Minotaur back here because he steps right onto the red tile, and you shoot at the tile.
Yep. Because I
Okay.
can't hit him. Not with a bow. I am not a dexterous man.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an
I'm gonna
attack roll with your bow. It'll be pretty easy to hit a tile.
Right. I just need to remember how to clear target. There we go. That should clear it. Right? Nope. That's still targeting. There we go. Alright. So I'm not. I mean, just roll it straight then.
Yeah, just
Not
make an
targeting
attack roll
anything.
out in the open. Okay. So you fire off your arrow. The arrow. I mean, here's the difficult thing for me, because it, by all intents and purposes, it appears to be just a part of the flat stone floor. You don't know where the pressure plate is, if there is one. You don't know what's causing the trap to trigger when someone steps on it. So you don't know where to aim, really. But at your angle and where you're shooting at, this arrow just kind of skates right off of the floor, and clangs harmlessly against the stone tile, or excuse me, against the stone wall behind the Minotaur, and the trap does not activate. Furthermore, the trap does not activate when the Minotaur steps on it, and he continues charging. He has his horns lowered, his flaming horns lowered, and he goes to gore you with his horns, Edvard. So I'm gonna make this attack roll here. Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Natural 1. I'm gonna say
Roll to
that
confirm.
in his absolute rage, no, he kind of.
That
was the part of the intent. There was I was gonna, if it was a real confirmed fumble, I was gonna have you guys roll on a fumble table for awful things to happen, but I didn't get the table prepared, and I just kind of eschewed that idea. I still confirm critical hits, because I feel like it just, in my opinion, it sort of works better that way. Also, it avoids the idea of you guys getting murdered so quickly by certain situations. The way the action economy works, you guys could get murdered by a whole bunch of kobolds if we just automatically confirmed all their critical hits, especially if they're rolling with advantage. So that's why I wanted to play around with that. This is all part of the play test. I'm still figuring out how this game works. In the meantime, this huge Minotaur, in his rage, you know what? You hit his foot with your arrow and made him trip and stumble. So he slams on the ground before you, and now he's in the prone. So I'm gonna throw the prone condition on him as he really embarrassed. So stupid and embarrassing. But he is prone for 1 round. So we'll pass his turn. Yagvin, you have a golden opportunity here.
Yeah, but I'll probably still miss. So I will.
He didn't trigger any of the traps, by the way.
No, unfortunately, he did not. I'm going to summon my echo directly behind him on the safe square.
Hang on a second.
Thank you.
Okay, is he there? Okay. It doesn't give me a solid indication when something is revealed. There's this tiny little eyeball I can click on, but it's so small. You gotta click in just the right spot to even activate it, and then I don't get to see whether the thing actually toggled or not because the mouse is completely covering the icon. I need a little eyeball off to the side. Anyway. Okay.
Well, I will attempt to bring my sword down on its head.
Okay.
I believe that hits.
That's a big old hit. Roll damage.
But the fire probably won't do as much as I hope.
Chunky. Keep going. Oh, you can't.
I only have one
You
attack.
only get 1 attack. Dadgummit. Sucks. I feel like you really would love to have that extra attack.
It's fine.
Okay.
I built this character this way because I didn't want to have him a busted AC, 2 attacks. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my turn.
Okay. Marlin. Marlin says, "Oh, look at you, you clumsy oaf." Let's see what Marlin's gonna do. I gotta pull up his character
he just
sheet.
did cutting words.
Take a glance. Yeah.
It's mockery.
Slice and dice. Let's see. Do I really want to burn? I think Marlin would recognize the incredible danger. Marlin will... Yeah, I think Marlin's going to cast a huge fucking lightning bolt. Yeah. He's going to cast a lightning bolt, so we're going to...
That's my echo just gets absolutely fried.
He had that thing where it doesn't hit allies, though.
I just want to see what happens.
I believe that's only for evocation spells. I don't think it's for every spell.
Okay. Wow, that's still a fail. Oh, it's not using your. I gotta roll that on you.
I have a +2 to Dex.
All right, hang on a sec. 17 then. I'll just do this real quick. No, that didn't work either. I'm not learning anything in this program. Okay, in that case, with a +2, your echo would pass.
Well, I mean, it still takes half, I think. So
So Marlin has a really cool ability as an evoker wizard, which means that anyone who passes the save that he designates doesn't take any damage.
Oh.
So he can sculpt the spell. It's the coolest thing. It's like he's like Emperor Palpatine. It's not a line anymore. He just focuses the whole thing directly onto the ground, and just like fries this guy.
oh my god, that's a lot of dice.
Yeah, that's 8d6 on a lightning bolt, and it's all like flows into him. That's actually not a great deal of damage. I got 3 6s, and I got 3 1s.
It's probably average.
And a
it's probably
3 and a 4.
average.
It's like straight down the middle, like the most average roll, unfortunately. So I'll check off a 3rd level slot for Marlin.
Better than getting 8 1s.
Indeed.
That is also very true.
I've done better. I've done worse too. Are you guys gonna clean up this mess, or what are we doing here? Come on. And then it becomes Bright's turn once again. Bright. This guy's getting closer. What are you doing over there?
Emitting is what I'm doing.
Emitting joyness and kindness.
Emitting.
Put the immovable rod on his back.
It's like Thor's hammer.
Yeah, he just can't get up.
It's quite simple, really. You're not worthy.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I mean, there's really not too much that I can do, honestly. So I'm gonna, unless you would allow me to use a bonus action to turn this thing, so that I could viciously mock, maybe. But I also. But I will commit to turning this wheel.
I like commitment. I like it when my players commit. Okay.
My friends, I believe in you. This is not the worst thing that you hit today. I believe.
Hey, what action is your bardic
worst.
inspiration, by the way?
Yeah, I know, but I want to also save it for my cutting words.
Okay, fair
Because
enough.
at least with cutting words, I can cut down on damage for them.
Yeah.
And now it's close enough that I can use that, and I only have 2 of those, so...
It's close enough. It's getting closer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Allowed you to...
Elmo
trying to
with the
weigh my
fire.
options.
Frack, he's like talking to Frick. And they switch places. Frick squeezes up into the corner, and Frack kind of like covers him. So
They're so cute.
a very kind brotherly gesture. Frick is bleeding on the floor, like just Frack takes off the beard and uses it as like a little poultice to try to like stem the flow of blood from these little saw blade cuts.
He ain't getting a new one.
Oh, come on. Oh my god. Oh, it's so messed up. I'm gonna take away a point of
We'll
inspiration.
make one out of Minotaur for
I don't have one, so
Edvard.
joke's on you.
Edvard, you have a chance here. This guy's laid on the ground before you. He's just got fried by severe electrical current.
I will drop or put my bow and arrow away and go back to good old fashioned hellfire. He's prone, so I get advantage, right? Or does that automatically come up?
That should automatically come up since he has the prone condition.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Dirty 20.
that's a miss. He after he gets fried, he curls up in a little ball and sort of like rolls aside, just barely dodging your sword strike. He's prone, but he's still very much alive. But you have another swing in you. Okay, that's more like it.
That was almost a 20, man.
I saw
I
that.
saw that.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead and roll damage as you get a lucky shot in. Ooh, all right.
Almost a 10, too.
Good. Okay.
You're rolling lower and lower on those con
I
saves.
see that. He's
Oh,
getting stressed
man.
out. He's getting really stressed out.
Should I
Anything else
shove
you want
them,
to do,
guys?
Edvard?
Y'all think
What
I
happened?
should shove them or no?
Yeah,
Shovel?
Yep.
he's prone.
Yeah.
Just drag
Push
him
him!
across the floor.
Push him! Push him!
Ooh, he
Okay,
passed.
so no,
Ah.
yeah, you go to shove him, and is it the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So as an act of defiance, he feels the pressure of your mind, but he just fucking stands up. He towers over all of you. Maybe not you, Edvard. He's only like 2 feet taller than you. That's still pretty tall.
He's only 2 feet taller than you.
Only,
Like,
he
that's a
says.
small amount.
His horns
Only!
his horns like scrape against the ceiling almost. Like he's so freaking tall, and he lets out this huge bellow, and I get to use another ability of his, which is called Reckless. At
Oh
the
God!
start of his turn, the Minotaur can gain advantage on all melee weapon attack rolls it makes during that turn. But
As if he needs it.
attack rolls against it have advantage as well until the start of its next turn. So I don't have a drag on ability for this, or just adjudicate. You guys are just going to attack with advantage next turn. Because
Just leave the prone effect on him.
he's hauling off. Yeah, I'm about to take it off.
Oh, yeah.
I just mean leave it back on.
Leave
It's
it
just
on,
going to be
and then
advantage.
we can. Yeah.
No, he stands up, so I'm. No, I'm because he needs to attack with advantage too. If he's prone, he's going to attack
Oh,
with disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the deal was with that. I couldn't remember. Like, oh, there's a reason I can't allow that. I just couldn't figure it out. Okay, so he stands up. He hefts this huge great axe, like both hands, way at the bottom of the great axe, and it's like a 10-foot long great axe. So, like, he doesn't have reach, but it's absurd. He's carrying this whole great axe like it's like a baseball bat. He just fucking da-na-na-na-na-na, and he swings as hard as he possibly can, and he tries to cut Edvard's head off with this.
I like your
Oh,
cut, G.
Lord. Gosh darn it.
All
right.
That's a huge hit. So here comes damage, Edvard.
I'm going to try and minimize this damage for you, friend.
Oh
I'm-
my God!
You
It's
need
not
to.
going to be much, but
Still standing.
Holy shit!
And he
but it's going to hurt.
this Minotaur screams like bloody murder as he goes to make these devastating attacks. All right.
So it's a D8.
So
So
can we
30
review? Can we review cutting words? What,
it basically allows me to use my bardic inspiration to either reduce however the amount I roll against like I think an ability check, an attack roll, or damage. So
is it against you or like anybody against anybody?
Cutting words is for whatever.
Okay.
cutting word is for any creature that can hear me.
I feel like that would be so Marlin.
And over here, I know, right?
Hey, booger
It's-
brains! You know, just
He's within he's within 60 feet of me now, so I've just got my arm inside this dragon head and like, hey! Hey!
Yeah, what do you just shout?
Oh,
Just,
good.
hey! Hey!
Hey!
All right. So
I rolled an
It's
8,
only- it's
so he
only
takes
31.
31 damage.
yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh my
You
God!
get 8 back.
So I'm gonna change that to I think that's a 46, right? Yeah, 46.
Right.
So you only have 46 wounds now.
Right.
Only.
It's fine. It's fine.
Holy.
And then the Minotaur makes another huge swing against you.
I can only do that once, friends. Good luck.
Oh God.
Oh my God. False prone again.
I would love to do that. I think the context here.
I mean, it doesn't matter because we get advantage anyways, but
I'm not gonna let him fall prone this time.
yeah.
I haven't been inflicting you guys with
No, for
that-
sure.
this case here where he was charging forward. Everything just kind of felt right with the way Edvard like fired his arrow, and I didn't want that ready
Yeah.
action to be a complete waste. So I was like, you know what? But damn,
My
guys.
gosh.
So once again, he's just too big for this hallway. You know, he goes to make this huge baseball swing. He cuts right into Edvard's precious elephantine flesh, and somehow his axe strikes up against the stone wall, and it completely throws him off for the counter swing. So he's not able to make a connection at all. Man, I can't stress enough how much he's flailing about. Like, he is in an absolute rage. I don't know what the hell he's sniffing or huffing or what, but I'll just let the cat out of the bag. He's affected by a haste spell right now. So he is hauling off. It's like he huffed some cocaine or PCP or something.
Oh my god.
He is a deadly monster. Yogvin, it's your turn.
You got
I'm
this,
going
guys!
to swing up, swing down, and kind of fake out and exchange my hand with the echo right behind him and swing on his back.
Oh, fancy. Look at you go. Marlon's like your little cheerleader.
That is a natural 20,
and
I had another idle 1.
Boys.
To confirm, I would still have advantage, correct?
Yes, you would. You roll with all the same modifiers. And as long as it's just a hit, which it is, it's
It was almost another 1.
That's a confirmed crit. Make sure your crit modifier is turned on.
Got it?
Yogvin. Oh.
Okay. And
Oh.
wow. So here's the thing. Like, I normally I wouldn't allow it, but I want you guys to live. I love you so much. You guys are awesome. And it's the
This is the
last-
1% right here.
Here's the thing. It's midnight, guys.
Oh.
We're done.
Yeah.
So you deal out 29 beefy damage. Look at all those extra green dice. How fancy. This guy's not dead yet. Not even close. Actually, he's kind of close. He looks terribly wounded, actually, but he still looks like he has a lot of fight in him. This is not over. But our session is over. As we reach midnight, guys, let me go ahead and lay out the way things are going to go from here. We might never play this again.
Sad.
Yeah, so this was always meant to be a playtest. I didn't anticipate how much this was going to be such a grind. This turn-by-turn stuff, it makes things really interesting, but also really slow. And I just didn't anticipate that whatsoever. So we're not going to be able to get all the way through it right now. I'm about to move back home, so I'll be driving all week next week. I'll be getting home Friday night pretty late. And that's our game time. So no game next week. And then the week after that, it all depends on... excuse me. It all depends on what kind of civilian job I have. Which I don't know what I have just yet. I'm still working it out. Still working things out. So we might play on the 7th of October, which is the day after my birthday. Or we
Happy
might
early
not.
birthday.
Happy early birthday!
I know, man. I'm finally turning 21.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
21.
My ass.
I know you got a baby face, but you ain't that baby face.
for the
Look at that wee one.
for the 15th time. You didn't let me finish my sentence. Say.
Do we ever?
So rude. But yeah, so I will keep you guys posted about how things are going to shake out. But, you know, there's a pretty decent chance, depending on how things shake out, we won't be coming back to Friday nights. So if this is it, guys. It's been so much fun. And if I do figure out that we won't be playing this again, I'd be more than happy to reveal the rest of the map and the other things that we would have run into along the way, because you guys are more than halfway through now, and it only gets better from here. It's such a fun little campaign. 1 level out of 13 ? In the whole published adventure, which is actually like a homebrew adventure that I found online from Pathfinder, which I converted to 5th edition. And then I gave it some extra special flavor for you guys, because you all brought such cool, interesting characters to the table. I was able to use that to kind of shape things in a way that you guys would find really appealing. It's been so much fun having you guys as players, and who knows, maybe we will come back. Maybe we will. Or, option 2, we could come back on a different night. And I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'm throwing spaghetti on the wall just to see what sticks. But we could continue this if it were to happen on a different night, perhaps, because I just don't know for sure if Friday night's going to work anymore. So mull that about in your heads. Option 3 is we play again tomorrow night. Do you guys have any interest or ability in that regard?
Do that.
Have like a little marathon thing go on for potentially tomorrow and then Sunday?
I could not do Sunday.
Okay.
I don't think I could do Sunday. Tomorrow would be up in the air for me, but I could let you know.
Okay. Yeah, hey, if it doesn't work out, it's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna
But
totally
another night
hate
could
you and
work.
hold it against you forever.
Another night could potentially work,
Okay.
maybe throughout the week, because again, my schedule right now is ever changing. So
Yeah, I think you and I are in a very similar situation at the moment because I don't even know what my schedule's going to be yet. So it's not that it's changing; it's just that it doesn't exist. Like I know I'm going to have to be somewhere sometime.
Exactly.
I don't have any other information.
Like I worked earlier today under training and stuff, and that wasn't necessarily going to be the case, but it happened.
Guys, guys, if there ever was a cliffhanger moment, this is it. You guys are facing down this unbelievably terrible foe. He is really giving you guys a run for your money. I don't think you guys really had a chance to feel like you're in danger yet. You know, you guys have kind of breezed through some of these challenges, in part due to some of the boons that I gave you that I didn't anticipate how very powerful they would be. Like the extremely high AC obviously helps. The shove, didn't expect that to be so versatile, surprisingly versatile, and has helped you guys in a big way. Like the telekinetic shove, that's a huge game changer.
Even like the 15 feet, huge bonus. Even 5 feet is an amazing bonus if you know how to use it right.
Yeah, 5 feet's not bad.
Yeah.
5 feet's not bad. 15 is borderline
Amazing.
game breaking. Especially in this particular dungeon, where you guys are like so focused on exactly where you're standing and traversing specific obstacles or buying precious seconds. It's been I think that's probably been a bigger help than the AC alone that Yogvin brings. I think probably the person who's feeling the weakest is probably Bright. That dual domain thing is interesting, but definitely not game breaking. So,
No, it's
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, like it's fun. I mean, I personally am not really one for upfront combat anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What Bright does is stuff that I enjoy doing, just in general, being a supportive, like back end character. Like I like that. I thrive there.
Yeah, and you've done a great job. It's just a really cool character concept, and you play it out very well. I really appreciate the sense of wonder that you bring. Sometimes I have a hard time emulating that just because I'm such a sourpuss in real life. I'm just an awful human being.
I'm just happy to bring something fun and new to the table.
And of course, Loco, man, he's so good. Such a good role player, and he brings like a touch of humanity that can sometimes be hard to find. And having 4th level spells also helps a little bit. You know, like we kind of stretch things out a bit with slowing the wall down with that vitriolic sphere. Imagine if the wall was
cool.
like 17 rounds closer right now. You know, let's see, where would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
on our
6,
ass.
7, 8, 9, 10,
Probably.
11, 12, 13.
It'd
14,
probably be
15,
within
16.
view of us.
It would be crunching right through the iron bars where that corpse is laying right now. It would be coming right up on the acid pool right now if you guys didn't halt
Right
it
here?
for those 17, 18 rounds. Yeah, just one past it. So it would be breaking.
Man.
It would be breaking right through those. So it would be kind of panic mode almost, you know. And who knows what you're gonna come across next in this fog or whatever lies beyond. Like there's still several more hallways left before you get to whatever's in the middle. And what the hell is that that little spider mosaic all about? Like, there's so many unanswered questions.
It spawns Tom Holland.
Yeah, it summons a Spider-Man to fight and kill him.
Spidey.
Well, it's what we do. We like to kill teenagers, isn't that right, Frick?
Oh my gosh.
Those two are a little spark of joy too. I didn't. That was utterly unplanned, and they turned into something fun. All right, guys, let's go ahead and call it a night. We're starting to run a little long here. As much as I would love to just keep playing for the next 4 more hours, I know we all got things to do. You guys, let me know if you're interested in tomorrow, and try to make something happen. I think it would be so great to close up this cliffhanger, at least, and see what happens. Well, guys, thank you, thank you everybody for watching. This has been Praetor's Rejects. My name is Huxley. I have 3 awesome players and then 1 who's out of town tonight. We're playing through this awesome little dungeon campaign. There is a lot of great content on the Praetor's Rejects channel. There is a Strixhaven game that happens on Monday nights. It's called A Curriculum of Chaos. They're basically going through college, going through school. There's a lot to dish about, a lot of hot gossip, a lot of dishing, a lot of tea to spill. So please tune in there. That's with DM Esquire at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, I don't know if that's still running, there's a Rise Against the Slave Lords game with founder of the channel, DM Duff, a.k.a. Lord Praetor himself. Don't know why he would have commissioned a dungeon like this, but wow. He's good at building crazy
He's a wild one.
He's a wild one.
Yeah.
He's a wild one.
He's done quite a bit.
And then also, I think Duff is trying to bring more video game content to the channel. He is addicted to a tank game called War Thunder. And I think he's trying to make like a Murder Monday Night or something. Something like that. So you guys jump into the Discord and leave all your thoughts and comments. And if you play War Thunder, you're going to make like a new best friend with Duff. Because he loves that game. So does Loco. Loco would probably be telling us to hurry up and close it up already, so Loco can go play War Thunder for 4 hours after my game is over.
Jesus, shots have been fired.
Hey man, I don't blame him. It looks cool. I don't have a lot of free time anymore. I need to retire.
We love you, Loco.
I need to retire so I can play War Thunder.
Miss you.
We miss you, Loco. We love you, man. Love you, Duff. Yeah, guys, let's go ahead and call it a night. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This is DM Huxley with Praetor's Rejects. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.